legendary offseason continues to roll. Now is when you get into the extreme predictions and theories. Speculation going buck wild. And I got a kick out of this one. That's why I had to bring it to your attention. I couldn't stand it. I said, what? What? That one actually could happen. Tag and trade Arik Armstead, trade with the Browns for a second pick or OBJ. Jimmy Ward also joins Arik in Cleveland while the 49ers pick up Darius Randall. Fam, first of all, let me make clear, none of the following theory is actually floating around on the rumor mill. In fact, the 49ers are working hard at re-signing Arik Armstead. You know that. I know that. Your mama knows it. Mine. Everybody else knows. The 49ers are doing their level best to get Arik Armstead back in the fold. Nobody wants to see that doomsday defense broken up. Whatever happens is going to happen because it had to. But the reality is they haven't reached any agreement, which would feed into the narrative that if the team can't work out a deal, they'll just throw their hands up in the air and say, franchise tag him, he's not leaving here. That's. I was getting a kick out. Sheil Kapatic, a Kapati of The Athletic, was tossing around ideas trying to predict landing spots for the NFL's top upcoming crop of free agents. 3 of the 49ers impending free agents made his list of about 100, and Kapati doesn't envision any of them playing with the 49ers in 2020. The first, of course, is Arik Armstead, who is a candidate to be franchise tagged. The deadline to do so is coming up Monday morning, just before NFL teams can begin negotiations with the representatives of impending free agents. Panic time Monday is coming. Monday Night Raw is going to be crazy, man. Kapadia predicts that the 49ers will indeed tag Armstead and then trade him to the Cleveland Browns. Here's what the plot thickens. Possibly in exchange for a second-round pick. And as you know, the 49ers currently without draft selections between rounds 1 and 5. But would the team be willing to part with its sack leader from the past season? It's been a month since John Lynch said, quote, well, I love when I get tech issues. Arik's an excellent player. He had an excellent year. I think everything is on the table. We want to find a way to keep him and make him a part of the Niners for a long time. Unquote. Here is why I'm even bothering you with this, fam. This is outrageously cool, man. The Browns have 2 former Niners coaches on their defensive staff. Joe Woods is the team's DC. Chris Kiffin has joined him as a defensive line coach. The table is set. They are also going to be a source of intel for the Browns and most likely going to encourage ownership to grab Armstead if it's possible. Double-digit sack players just aren't that abundant around the league, fam. If you can get one, you damn well better try. Because it's all about the passing game. Put some pressure on them dudes, man. That's the only chance you got to beat them. Here's where that thinking really gets my attention to the point of being possible, though. If the 49ers cannot secure a second rounder in exchange for Armstead, Patty throws out another name that could be part of a potential deal. Odell Beckham Jr.? You've already heard about Browns and Odell probably not having the best relationships after one season. Capetta goes on to say, I'm just spitballing here, but the Browns adding Armstead's versatility to their defensive line makes sense. Well, I don't know when they're going to let Helmet Boy come back. I just do wonder, when are they going to bring... Okay, anyway, Armstead along with the rest of the guys they got on the defensive front line... Anyway, and you got our people who know how to work with him, know what it takes know how to put him in position to kill, and you put Armstead in the right situation, he will kill you. See, the mention of Beckham, though, is interesting because the 49ers could lose E-Man Sanders. We know that, whom they traded for in October for free agency, and we all know how hard they were in pursuit. How hard were the 49ers in pursuit last year, OBJ? The only reason we got D Ford is because they could not get OBJ. Remember that? As soon as the deal fell through, whoa, give me the phone, give me the phone. Hey, Kansas City. Oh, you know, huh? Okay, let's do it. You know, because hey, John, yeah, we heard about you guys losing out on OBJ. How'd you know? Of course you were watching. You got him. The other Niners free agent on the list is Jimmy Ward, who Capati also envisions landing with the Browns also because of the coaching connection there once again. See, that's what I'm talking about, fam. These things sound legit. This one does. So the 49ers lose all of the highest profile free agents. The potential gains? Capati has the Niners picking up Browns safety Darius Randall, who he notes is a good tackler and a versatile player. Randall's only 27 years old. He registered 61 combined tackles, 2.5 sacks, and 6 passes. Defense through 11 starts for the Browns in 2019. Those are good stats, especially in light of the fact that he only played 11 games, which I'm curious as to why he only played 11 games. I didn't look into it. I imagine it had something to do with him being injured. But then again, remember, this is the thing that people hate about Jimmy Ward. Nobody could say, well, a lot of people thought he couldn't play football. But I knew he could play, and the reason why he was like he was is because he wasn't playing. He could, he didn't have stats like that, though, did he? Jimmy was good at what he did, but he wasn't a ball hawk, and he's a great tackler, though. That followed 2018 campaign. I'm talking about more now. Darius Randall, I mean. That followed a 2018 campaign where he had a career high in tackles at 72 and tied a career high INTs with 4. He's got huge potential and upside. Randall's ranked amongst the free agents as a downgrade, though, as far as the Niners are concerned. J-Dub was listed by The Athletic as the 53rd best available impending free agent, while Randall comes in only at number 85. Now, that doesn't really speak to his skill set as much as it does a number of other things. So if you were to put them both together, which one would you deem to be the best? You look at stats, and it looks like Randall is a better guy, right? The problem is, fam, it's a lot of us realize you've got to put somebody, a vet needs to be standing behind Richard Sherman. That's just the bottom line. I don't know. We're going to see what happens. We got to keep on waiting for a few more days, and then we'll find out. Hey, Mr. X says, I would ask for a second-round pick and a 5th. Odell would destroy our cap, but for a 5th and 2nd, we would have space to sign more of our vets. And I live in NYC, and Giants fans were sick of OBJ. Hey, and Brandon the Block, hey, family, thanks for the contribution. How do you feel about the coronavirus? Well, let's get into that a little later on because we're going to talk football here. Anything like that is like, of course, we all pretty much feel the same. It's going to be a threat to everything. Our lifestyle is going to change. Selfishly, I've already concerned myself with what if this extends into the football season? You know the impact it would have? The NBA is probably in trouble, and so is baseball, unless things let up shortly. Crowds are not being allowed to gather in a venue like any ball game. Oh, that's really going to be something that could actually get legislation passed to say no more. Matt S. says, hey, shout out from Bend, Oregon. Go Niners. Yes, Matt, what's up? What's up? Hey, it's just Ray Jr. This has been an interesting offseason. Would you agree? Oh, God, yes. It's going to get more interesting, too. And it seems like the 49ers are a lightning rod for every little thing. Tom Brady coming to 49ers. And now you got this. Arik Armstead, of course, is there's all these secret things going on about him, and who knows what else is going on. 4-9 for life, red and gold. What's up? What's up, fam? Xavier Boys. I don't think the Browns are going to give up OBJ. Maybe not. Because I'd rather keep Eric anyway. You really would. Ross Cardenas, he says, Browns don't know how to use OBJ. Give him to Shanahan. Yeah, it could be the case, too. And maybe they don't want to hear any more about OBJ's quiet problems. OBJ finally had an issue. Did you see him bust out on the sideline? He did well all year long until he finally got mad. And there's Ricky B from Wisconsin. What's up, Ricky B? And Nana Rich said, I'm scared to pay Armstead all that money, and he ended up being a one-hit wonder. Yeah, and those are the risks you got to take with any player. Anytime you got to get guys in their contract years and they sign, But you have to keep in mind, Nana Rich, Armstead was a product of a good defensive line, so there's no need to speculate beyond what it was. It is what it is. Maybe Armstead, without everybody he had on that line with him, is no better than he was before. But you put him with that group, and now he becomes that dagger. As everybody else is doing the kill, Armstead's the dagger that puts them completely out of their misery. So as long as he's surrounded by those kind of players, it's easy to see where he'd be able to continue. It's not like he's just going to stop playing. So he's going to continue doing what he does, as long as those other guys are doing what they do. It just fits. Some players are better for a particular defensive scheme than others. This is Armstead's scheme. And this is Ray Jr. This is where I am. Who's going to replace Armstead? This is what worries me the more than anything. Who's going to give us that kind of protection? Who has that kind of athleticism, length, and speed? Nobody on our team. It would just be a committee thing. Ronnie Blair is good. Anyways, Trent Payne, we need a catalyst-type player to put us over the top. Someone better than everyone else who elevates the team. OBJ. Yeah, maybe, but he comes with baggage. I don't know. I like OBJ. I don't know man, he's going to ask for a lot of money, too, even more than we probably got to give. I don't know. It's a very strange thing. I'd take the second round pick myself in a fifth. I like that idea. Hey, Dollar, Bill, Will.
Ronbo, what's up, man?
Oh, Will, man, I'm sitting there thinking, man, these deals, we're going to hear a lot of speculations. A lot of them are going to be attractive, like this one here. I say, you know what, this one seems entirely possible the way the table is set. I don't know if you feel about OBJ. Would you rather have a second-round pick, maybe add a fifth? You lose Armstead in the process, like somebody else said. What the hell are we going to do about what Armstead was doing? Because contrary to satisfying beliefs of some people, man, we can cover for Armstead. Ain't no big deal. Oh, hell no. It is a big deal. But what do you think, Will?
Shit, why not? I'll tell you what. Scratch that. What I will do is see if we can negotiate a contract with Emmanuel Sanders first. Mm-hmm. I'd rather try and get him on the team first. I will make that the first part. But if not, try Odell. Odell ain't like AB and all these other crazy motherfuckers out here.
I know he ain't that bad. No, you're right.
He ain't that bad. He just want to catch, score touchdowns and help the team win. He ain't that big of a problem. Mm. I mean, he dance and all that stuff. He do the Debo, Kendrick Bourne, all them do the same thing they're doing the practice field. He'll sit right in. All they do is dance around.
Just don't do any
and all that type.
Just don't do any doggy things on the end zone. That's it.
So he'll mix right in with Debo and Kendrick Bourne and all them, man.
He would.
I really think nothing wrong with it. And the Browns team who Armstead did, they would take him. I believe they would. We played the Browns this past season, and you see how our D-line dominated Mayfield. And Armstead was part of.
What's that first-round draft pick that they had that beat what's his name with the helmet last year?
I forgot with the helmet.
Myles Garrett, Arik Armstead. I believe they've got one more bad boy on that defensive line. You do that, and now they look like us from last year. That's the only thing that scares me. We don't play the Browns this year anyway. No big deal.
Right, ain't no big deal. Then you got Joe Wood over there sponsoring him. He'll tell the coaching staff, Armstead, he's a dog.
He knows just how to handle him and how to set him up too. Yep.
Yeah. So Cleveland might pull the trigger on it.
He could. That's why I said I gotta ask everybody about this one. Yeah.
Yeah, but we do. But I would. My first joke up.
Hey, JJ.
my first option though is to try to get Emmanuel Sanders back. I like Emmanuel Sanders, man.
I do
He
too.
really helped us out this season. For the wide receivers, man, he really groomed Debo and Kendrick Bourne. So that would be my first target. And then if that falls through, then try Odell.
Mm-hmm.
So the reason why I say why not is because everybody knows Kyle and John tried to get this man. They actually tried to get this man for they tried to get him 2 years in a row.
Oh, you're right.
Well,
you're right.
Yeah, they tried for 2 years.
From the Giants who was trying to get him. That's right.
Right. I ain't gonna rule it out. That's just my opinion. But hey, you never know. They try to get that man twice. So if the cards fall in the place that John and Kyle like it, they may try to get him. I'm gonna be real with you. We gonna need a veteran wide receiver on the team though. We gonna need one. They're gonna need one. So.
You know though, OBJ, I think he'd be more like one of the guys. His resume doesn't smack as loud as Sanders. So they'd follow him though, because they got to be impressed with him.
He just have his tantrums on the sideline, but he ain't doing what AB doing, going on live on Instagram cussing out a female. He ain't like guys out here putting his hands on a woman or beating a woman. You don't hear stuff like that about or raping something like that. He just when you want the football, you ain't getting the football, you gonna get mad sometimes. That's all you see him on the sideline doing, but he ain't out in the street causing hell or beating on women or raping women, nothing like that.
No.
So yeah.
That's not a bad person.
Kyle set him straight, I believe.
Yeah. And he'd probably be he's a good teammate. You can tell he would be if he's not upset. You got to be careful not to upset him. Otherwise, he's great, actually.
Yeah.
He just wants to
win. Man. But man, I'm ready for it's a few days away from free agents. So I'm ready to see what we get, man. I know we all being here talking about who we think we should get and who we gonna sign back, but we don't know. Some of y'all jobs by the time free agents come around, we might get somebody y'all ain't never talked about.
I mean, they keep it so quiet. You never know what's going on in Santa Clara.
Yeah, so y'all don't get your heart broke. You know what I'm saying? You don't get whoever you want. Whoever John and Kai get, just be thankful for it, and let's just hope and pray that it works out. So we can get back to that bowl, man.
We'll get there. They got to work it out. We got some smart dudes, man. Shanahan and Lynch are way more brilliant than anybody knew from the first year. When people was yelling second year, get rid of him, I said, but wait a minute. These guys, I know they got something going on there. But, yeah. All right, Will. Tell you what,
but yeah, man.
I'll be back. Go ahead.
No, go ahead.
No, I was going to say I'll be back Friday to check and see what's up coming up next for this weekend. Get started, and Monday morning rolls around with sign your friend, tag him, and get rid of him. So all right.
All right, man. Well, you have a good night, Ronbo, man. Shout out to you, man. Appreciate what you do, man. Giving us a platform, the praise our team when we win games and to let our frustration out when we do see dumb stuff going on. So,
pleasure.
Appreciate it, man.
Thank you,
man.
Fam.
Shout out to you, man. Shout out to my TNT fam, my player partner Dre, TD12 Trey, big show, all them guys, man. Hey, man, Super Bowl 55, Tampa Bay, Florida 49ers versus to be announced. All right, man.
There you go. Night, Will.
Right.
I see Clarence Molina. He says, Niners and some $4 hand sanitizer. Stay up, Robert. Thanks, Clarence. Coronavirus is actually gotten into a conversation. That's really, it's scary, ain't it, man? And yeah, I heard about Tom Hanks and Rita Wilson. Just tested positive for coronavirus in Australia. Wow. And both are shooting a movie. Ooh, they were doing a movie. Oh, talk about production being held up. And EM Dolphin fan, number one. Hey, why not trade for Julio Jones? I don't know what the 49ers would be trading for Julio Jones. It's not like we don't have a first round or second round draft pick right now. See, these are the kind of things that we can't even do this year, Julio's what, 33, 32, 33? I don't know if it's such a good idea to go for Julio right now. See, what the 49ers have to avoid, don't become the Rams. Don't do, you got to be careful. Continue to build through the draft, especially when you have time. 49ers have plenty of talent. You get a free agent here and there. But don't go buck wild with the big money guys. Julio Jones is probably not going to improve the situation that much better. You might go to OBJ. He's only 27. That's not a bad idea. What is he, 20? I'm not saying 27. Is OBJ even 26 yet? He's somewhere in that age range where you want to stay. New Line says, sign trade for second and fourth. Sign Anthony Harris and safety. Money. Yeah, you're not bad. Sign trade Eric for second and fourth. Sign Anthony Harris. And they could be thinking about signing and trade Arik Armstead because, quite frankly, I don't know if the 49ers can actually afford that tag. It's only going to get bigger next year because Arik Armstead next year would be really expensive. So they probably want to avoid that as much as they can. Jaeger 805. Is that Jaeger? Am I right on that? Jaeger. I'll go to Jaeger for 805. Joe Rogan is the best. Thanks, Jaeger. I didn't see where that was going. Hey, James, come on in here and let's talk about OBJ, a second round pick. And would you rather have guys like, I don't know, Darius Randall, I don't know, put him behind. James, what is your thoughts on some of these things? And this is just, it's not in a rumor or anything, but it's just speculation, but solid speculation. What do you think?
Well, I'll tell you, first of all, it's a lot of things that are happening this year, from the ultimate success to wheeling and dealing with John Lynch, Kyle Shanahan. We don't really have that much draft capital to really do any trades. The only trade bait we have is a player that, if you ask me about out of the three, I would say try to find a way to sign Arik Armstead. I think Emmanuel Sanders, he's been pricey all his life, okay? He left the Steelers after winning the Super Bowl, went to Denver and won another Super Bowl.
Mm-hmm.
He carries quite an eloquent price tag to obtain his services.
Mm-hmm. Look at that resume, James. Everywhere you go as a Super Bowl, people start saying, "Oh."
So, and I'm hearing you tonight, where you're saying that if they let Emmanuel Sanders walk, which my opinion, James's opinion,
mm-hmm.
I think it's more than likely he will not be playing for San Francisco this year. Mm-hmm. And with that being said, I don't even believe in signing no Odell Beckham Jr. because in signing him, he comes with a big price tag. He's extremely he has ego problems.
Yeah, you should say volatile, weren't you?
I wanted to say it. You took the words out of my mouth. Thank you. But he now at the same time he gets to San Francisco. Do you think that they're gonna? I mean, with Deebo Samuel's there and Kendrick Bourne there, who has been one of the most efficient, prolific receivers we've had in a while.
And they're going to go to George.
Always shows up. And George Kittle. And then hopefully a Jalen Hurd or a Trent Taylor coming back.
Oh, forgot about Trent. I know Trent's going to be in the mix if he's healthy. Yep.
We know Trent got some dog in him if he's healthy. He got some real like wild, outback, Rottweiler type of dog in Trent Taylor when he's healthy now. But I will say this much. And back to what you were saying about the NBA, the center for the Utah Jazz, he tested positive for coronavirus. The NBA commissioner has they have suspended the NBA already until the time of the playoffs.
That entire locker room. Ooh,
the whole league is suspended right now. The whole league the NBA league is suspended right now.
I didn't even know about that.
Okay, they were talking earlier. Yeah, it just came over my phone like 10 minutes before you came on, and the Warriors were going to play a game with no attendance in it. And I think they planned on trying that at Madison Square Garden. And that clown that owns the Knicks, James Dolan, which has the richest sports franchise in history of the New York Knicks, they were going to try to play March Madness with people coming in the arena. And I think the commissioner said no.
No.
The NBA commissioner said no.
And
but anyway, you know.
Yep. Just family members and things like that. But, man, ain't nobody letting in the public. And this
is the thing. We're less than a month away from training camp, you know.
Oh.
Yeah.
Dang.
I don't want to be the bearer of bad news.
It is bad news.
But we supposed to show up at training camp, what is it, like a week before the draft or something like that for them OTAs, and then you get your draft picks, you get your rookies in, you get them signed, and then you have a week or two of OTAs, and they're gone until they come back the start of the training camp. We're a little over. What's today? The 11th. The draft is the 23rd through the 25th.
I think OTAs are. I think they're after the draft, though. I think because they gotta get the draft personnel involved. There is a camp though before the draft. I'm not okay.
I know that it's one where the draft picks have to show, like, they get picked today. They're on a plane that next morning going to their team facility. If I'm not mistaken.
There's just going to be conditioning drills, I think, prior to the draft, James. I think.
Well, all I know is it's supposed to be OTA, so But let's just pray that they can find a way to get this monster out of here, man. This Corona-19 or COVID. It's just bad right now. When I heard them drop that hammer about the NBA being suspended, and they're like, what, 2 weeks away from the start of the playoffs in the NBA?
Yeah, that's scary stuff. Ooh,
yeah, it is, man. But
money being lost. Ooh, millions. Millions on top of millions.
Big money. And baseball's already in spring training. They're playing like preseason games.
Oh.
Already.
Well.
So, it's hey man, everybody gotta try to pray, man. If you ain't know how to pray, you gotta pray.
Wash your hands and keep your hands out your face. Man, I tell you what, James, we're gonna go though before we get into too much COVID.
Yeah, man.
But we're gonna see what them deals coming up, because this is gonna affect everything going forward. So I don't know. We'll see. All right, fam. I look for you. I look for you Friday.
Niner Empire, Niner for life. My prayers go out for this whole country right now. I'm afraid of it. And everybody be careful out there going about it, your work facilities and everything, man. Just, do your best to stay safe, man. Wash your hands 15 times a day. I know it might be more than you ever washed in your life. But right now,
I know.
God bless you all anyway. Niner Empire, Niner for life. Thank you, Ronbo.
Thank you, James. Have a good night. Somebody made a tweet about that the other day. It's funny. We got to tell people to wash their hands. All of a sudden, they didn't know. And I said, and we're talking about grown folks too. We ain't even talking about kids. Mal, come on in, Mal, and give us a little bit about a potential trade between the Browns and the 49ers. And what would be your preference? What's up?
Bang, bang, bang. Number one. What's good, Ronbo? How you feeling?
Oh man, I'm feeling good. And boy, I tell you, this coronavirus, I thought it would come in and maybe slowly ease on out. It ain't even picked up. It ain't even peaked yet. This is scary.
Yeah.
But anyway.
Yeah, this is SARS 2.0.
Yes. They say it's how these things mutate. They say this is a part of that whole thing.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway.
Yeah. It's like that anthrax business. Had everybody scared to check their mail.
Yes.
But yeah, so as far as this trade, I hope and pray that it's just a rumor.
It's just speculation. It has nothing to do with reality yet. It's just something. Sure. But think about it for a minute. I see a potential. You hear a lot of rumors and see them. Oh man, ain't no way the hell that could happen. Like the Tom Brady to San Francisco. Man, come on, man. But this one sounds possible.
Yeah, I hope not. You can keep OBJ. He's not worth it. He's not worth the risk, because he's a lot different than Emmanuel Sanders, even though he's, younger, so we get more out of him. He's still, in the middle of his prime physically and everything. He doesn't bring what Emmanuel Sanders brought, because what Sanders brought was not simply limited to production on the field. He brought a different element. And he came, and he came, and when he came in, he made the situation better. He elevated the situation with his knowledge, his experience, with just all of that.
Influence,
OBJ
players
is not
followed him. It was amazing.
Right. Beckham's not going to bring that type of deal to the locker room, and it's just not even worth the risk of something going down where Jimmy misses him on a pass or a play doesn't go his way, and it just becomes a thing. It's just not worth it with the continuity and the camaraderie we have in this locker room. Now, if we kept Marquise, which couldn't happen anyways, because you can't keep Marquise and bring Beckham in and all of that and make everything else happen. But if we kept Marquise, I think that would be, a little bit better of a transition if Beckham came in, just because those two are so tight, like they're so close.
Oh, I forgot about that. Yeah, they are good.
Right.
They are close. Yeah.
Right. However, like I said, man, I can't see a scenario where we keep Goodwin and end up getting Beckham. And that just doesn't make sense anyways. It's not worth the money that he'd want, the picks that we'd have to give up, and just the risk.
Yeah, because like what you're saying, the ship already sailed. The ship already sailed on Beckham. If we could have got him last year, it is Mel. Had we got Beckham instead of D Ford last year, would we have been in the Super Bowl?
I can't say definitively, but my heart's definitely telling me, no, heck no.
Because you weren't going to get both.
Ford was way more valuable. We needed him and his skill set at that position more than we need Beckham and his skill set at his position.
Yeah. So maybe not.
Yeah.
Would have made a run. No. It'd have been competitive, but not with that kind of defense. You're right. D Ford, when he was healthy in that first few games, that gave us such a jump into the season. Didn't we go 6-0 before he got hurt? Man.
Yep. Exactly. See, yeah, you catch my drift, Ronbo.
So, but now, Randall, Demarius, could you put him behind Sherm and feel good about that, or you rather stick with Tavares?
Man, I kind of feel like we should put Sherm back there, man, at safety and groom another corner, bro. I think that would be a better move.
So, Mel, you're saying if indeed Akello came into camp looking like he should have looked last year, because he started off looking like he should have looked.
I got to cut you off. Ronbo, I got to cut you off. Please don't put words in my mouth. If those words include Akello or Witherspoon. Don't do that. I said nothing about Akello Witherspoon.
I'm just thinking, Spoon. Come on, Spoon. And then I can put Sherm in the back. Oh.
Bro, I'd rather hit Deion Sanders up and see if he got any gas left in his let me stop.
Get Revis back out there. Sherman, him would be fighting back there. Hey, y'all got to stop fighting long enough to make the play now.
Yeah. I'm just joking. See, I don't know. I hope that it's a scenario where, when he went down with the injury, he just never fully recovered and he rushed himself back. I hope that that's the reason. I hope it wasn't a matter of he just got exposed and, his skill set just isn't enough. But yeah, so I think that it will work out way better to move Sherm to safety from both positions, because people are going to test Sherm. They're going to put their speedy receiver on him. He's going to have to be chasing these guys all year, just strictly based upon what they saw in the Super Bowl.
And they're going to do it to him. They're going to go after him every week.
And Ward, as much as I love Jimmy, I think that Sherm will be much, much more of a ball hawk. And he has the IQ. He knows what routes guys are going to run, and he'll run the route for him and with them.
And knows right where the ball's going.
So, right. So with that ability at safety, I think it's dope. And, he's never been the fastest, but
he's been one of the smartest.
Even with him not being the fastest, it's like, man, he still lost a step. And that could really hurt you at that cornerback position.
Yeah, and there's plenty of cornerbacks in this draft. You may have something there, Mel. I mean, the 49ers may be on the same page as you.
No doubt.
All right, fam.
What I was saying, 2 years ago, man, I was saying we should have tried to grab Dominique Rodgers-Cromartie when he was leaving the Giants. He has nice body type for the defense that we run. His skill set is he's equipped for the defense that we run, and it would have been dope to have him and Sherm, on the corners. We like those bigger, longer
I agree.
corners.
All right.
So
Let's collect more from you on Friday. Be back then. All right,
no
man.
doubt.
All right, Phil.
All right, Ronbo. Thank you.
Yeah. And hey, move on over here and see what's going on with Dre. Go on there, doctor.
My partner, man. What's happening?
Dre, man, you're going to see a lot of things that can be attractive in these next few days as you're reading down through what's going on with the 49ers. And you're going to read a lot of BS.
Yes, sir.
But every now and then, this one, I said, the 49ers really wanted OBJ last year. The Browns would jump at a chance to get Arik Armstead. Shoot, that could be live. I could see that one actually not dying on the vine, right? About Jimmy Ward.
Yes, sir.
Got our people over there. They're gonna campaign to the owner about both of them. What do you think?
Yeah, man. LBJ, George Kittle, Deebo Samuels, Kendrick Bourne, sign me up. That's a Super Bowl, man.
It is awesome.
Yeah. And there's a thing that kind of pisses me off about the general public and black athletes. Anytime a player is passionate, or he voices his opinion, or he just simply wants to win, and he voices his opinion about it, he's a head case. But let alone you got somebody like Richie Incognito, who wanted to have his father's head chopped off so he could study it. And when they told him no at the mortician, he went in there with an AR-15 and a pistol, and nobody said shit about that. That's a head case, people. OBJ is not a fucking head case. I'm tired of hearing it, bro. It seems like black athletes get the worst reps, but when it comes to other races, you know what I'm saying? Nobody says nothing. You know what I mean? Like, I'm tired of that shit. OBJ is not a head case. He's somebody who's passionate about the game of football, and he wants to play for a winning team. And he expresses himself in a different manner than other people. That don't mean he's a head case. I'm tired of hearing that shit. It's bullshit.
Jay, I agree with you. I agree with you. But I want to ask you though, what other crazy light complexion player compares to Richie Incognito? Richie is completely out of his mind. He makes every black player look like a saint. Who?
Bill Romanowski. Do you not remember him sitting in JJ's N-word? He's celebrated. He's in the Hall of Fame. He's on national television.
Romanowski's definitely a case.
On,
everybody complained about him too, though. Yeah, these guys stand out.
Come on, bro. I mean, let's just be real, bro. Like, I'm tired of that shit, bro. Like, I don't want to hear that until I can be apart. No, if he'll come to a team that just went to the Super Bowl with the competent coach. He went to freaking Freddie Kitchens. Do you know that Freddie Kitchens was a car salesman 10 years ago, Ronbo? How do you? How? He was a car salesman and he became a head coach of a damn NFL franchise, but they passed over Robert Saleh. What is wrong with the picture, bro? That's why OBJ was pissed off. Man, I'm gonna keep this stuff 1,000, bro. I'm tired of hearing that, bro. No, we ain't all head cases, bro.
Dre, I tell you what though,
we ain't all head cases.
If I could get OBJ and Richie Incognito on my offensive line, you know what? I'd be delighted. Because Richie, man, put him in a cage. I mean, but other than when the games come on and then cut him loose.
Let's call it straight up. I'm just saying, man, let's call it straight across the board, bro. We don't know what these men go through. You know what I'm saying? We don't know them personally. So coming out and saying that, he's a head case. I don't want to hear that shit. All I know is he had a conversation with Jimmy G when they was covering his mouth, and it seemed like he wanted to be a 49er. And if we're going to let somebody like Arik Armstead go, it has to be for a player like OBJ.
Exactly.
It has to be for a game breaker like OBJ. Because if our defense is going to get weaker,
then let's pick up the offensive strength. Yes. Good call.
Exactly. And let me tell you something about the cap. So I'm gonna read the cap for the next couple of years, and I'm gonna be out. So in 2021, our cap liability is $160,480,750, with a projected cap $205 million. That leaves $44,586,281 in cap space next year. 2022, $99 million liability, $205 million cap salary cap projection. $105,658,099 in cap space in 2022. Then in 2023, it goes up to $183 million. Bro, we're not broke. The contracts are just not going to be front loaded. They're going to be back loaded. So we're about to restock and reload. So Prague is a genius, bro. Do you realize we have D Ford? He has what, an $87 million contract. Jimmy G got $130 million. Who else? Quan Alexander got $56 million. Like, the way he structured these contracts and for us to have basically $50 million in cap space next year is amazing, bro. And then the year after that, $105 million, and then 2023, $183 million. Bro, the cap is going up. So if you average that out over the next 3 years, the cap is going up $40 million.
Mm-hmm. And Parag is a savant. So, yeah, you got to – if there's anybody can manipulate things to make it comfortable for the 49ers, we got the guy. So I agree.
Yeah. And for everybody, I just want you to know, when you talk about divas, ask about Jerry Rice. That's all I got to say. And if you want to know about – come on, Ronbo. You know.
No, I do.
You know.
And I agree. And you know what? I'd rather have OBJ than a man with Dante Pettis' attitude. I agree.
Yeah. Let's be real about this. So you know what I mean. I don't want to hear that.
You know what? I guess my biggest concern is how much can we afford to bring. OBJ's not going to come for nothing. So the money is the thing. That's probably going to figure in the 49ers' mind.
He already got his guaranteed money from the Giants, and then when he went to the Browns, he got the rest of his front loaded contract. He don't got a lot of money left on his contract.
There you go.
And you got to look at the numbers. I just read off from our website.
I'm gonna do it too. All right,
so,
fam.
I'm saying I'm gonna keep Armstead, but if we trade him, it has to be for a player like OBJ.
High impact. I get you. All right. Dre, we got a break. Let me. I'll be back Friday. All right.
Yeah, man. Shout out to the TNT fan, man. Trey,
right,
Show, Jerry Fresh, Russo, St. Louis, man. Player partner Will, man. All the guys, man.
All right. And by the way, Trey is appreciating. You got all kind of flames up for you and everything else. So you guys doing all right. Not Dre.
I'm just keeping it real, man. I'm just keeping it 100. All right, bro.
Hi, Bill. And Guerrero. He says, is it true about freaking Kirk Cousins and Niners are interested in what the heck is going on? Hey, Guerrero, thanks for the contribution. Listen, the Kirk Cousins is part of the comedy linked to Tom Brady. Here's how it goes. The 49ers get Tom Brady. They pick out a quarterback in the draft. That quarterback trains under Brady for the next 2 years. Kirk Cousins' contract expires in 2 years. 49ers, Tom Brady says goodbye. If they don't like the kid that's training under Brady, go get Cousins. The insanity, Guerrero, the insanity is taking off to upper levels. They're not done yet, because between now and next Monday, you're going to hear the stupidest, most outrageous BS Tom Brady things to San Francisco. You won't even be able to believe it. So just brace yourself. That ain't nothing. That's mild. Somebody soon's going to say, Kyle Shanahan's wife has asked Tom to see if she, too, could have Tom Brady's autograph. But you know what? I forgot. Kyle's wife likes Jimmy G. There's people ought to think about that. She really enjoys Jimmy G like most women do. If it's between Jimmy and Tom, the lady can say, shh, you guys trade Tom for Jimmy and we will handle you. Hey, Clarence.
Ronbo.
Clarence. Well, Clarence, there's an attractive theory out there right now that makes sense. I was just asking the opinion of it tonight. I'm wondering if the idea of Cleveland saying, listen, give us Arik Armstead, you got OBJ, would John Lynch go, what? Oh, my God. Oh, no, hey, really? You got to remain calm. You don't want the person on the other side of the phone to think you're all excited. Well, let me give it some thought. And that could be a
have to give it
possibility.
some thought, Ronbo. You
I
have
can
to give
see
it some
that.
thought.
Yeah. I mean, I can see the
You have
49ers
to give it
biting
some
on that
thought.
one.
Now, in your little caption, I thought we're going to get a second round pick after that too.
Well, it's either or. You're not.
Second round pick
You're
and
probably not going to get
OBJ?
both. Yeah, no, you're not. Arik Armstead's not worth that. Arik Armstead is worth OBJ straight up, and maybe we got to compensate for the money or whatever impact that's going to have on the Browns. So maybe we have to give up a 5th round pick. Armstead in a 5th might do it.
All right.
Or a future.
Yeah, a second rounder and OBJ for Armstead. Yeah, I'd take that. Because I think with
Next
with
year's
all the
second rounder,
antics
because we don't
of
have one right
OBJ,
now.
I think with our culture, I think he would quote unquote fall in line.
Probably.
With
He just
all
wants to
the
win.
veteran presence. Let's say with Sherman on the team, Sherman ain't gonna let him act up.
And yeah, the influences around him, like Sherman, true. Shanahan would be a cooling force too. People don't like to show out with Shanahan. I don't think you fall in line because you respect him, right?
That's
and
right.
OBJ flying open, wide open, in gaps and spots where ain't nobody. He'll love that.
And Lynch is still young enough that he can whoop you.
Relate.
He can whoop you into shape still.
Yeah, and he can relate to young players too, unlike some of the older coaches
Yes,
around the
he
league.
can.
Yeah. So, good work.
Yeah, I would do that trade, but it has to come with another pick because we got to use that. We got to use that second round pick on somebody else.
Remember, this is a tag and trade. Armstead's involved, right? So you're gonna tag and trade Armstead for what? What's the league is somewhere between 16, 17, 18 mil, right? I don't know.
Yeah.
OBJ's worth right now. What is it?
Maybe
But I do know
it's the right
that
time
he's
to
more
get him,
expensive
then.
than Arik
Because
Armstead.
he's already been paid, right?
According to what Dre just said, yeah. So,
He's
you get him
already
for
been
this year.
paid he's already been paid for his, he's already been paid his guaranteed money. All we're paying his salary at this point.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah, the cap hit would probably be weak. Yeah, it is doable. If the Browns want to take Armstead, who's got a new contract, and negotiate a new one with him.
Right. Then
Which they'd
they
have
can
to do
deal with
before you
that.
go.
If not, like I said, I don't know what they're going to do with Armstead, if they're going to tag and then hold and then sign him later, or they're working out a deal now, or what.
They're going to work hard to get that
I don't
deal
know.
done.
Like I said, with
You don't want
with
to tag
everything
him.
that's going on right now, who knows what's going to go on, if anything, at this point. With free agency looming on Monday, who knows what's going to happen between now and Monday? That's a long. Right now, in the grand scheme of things, that's a long time away.
Ain't it though? Especially with as much time as thought processes are going to go buck wild between now and next Monday. Franchise tag. That means people got to match the price, right? Or then they can go, or just straight up tag.
Right.
It is going to be interesting to see what happens next, because we're talking middle of the week and all the way till next Monday.
Yeah, like I said, you never know. Like I said, right now that with the NBA suspending the season, NHL said they are not. The hockey folks said they're not going to do it yet. Who knows what's going to happen for the NFL? The NFL is they may just say nope. We're just going to go ahead and keep going.
Well,
or they, because I don't think they would, cancel out free agency or anything like that. They would just let everything roll. I would
True,
think.
but you know what? We're not gathering. There's no fan gatherings yet for football. So, for baseball, hockey, they're raging right now. They're in the end of their season.
Yeah.
And
And for those two, and then baseball is beginning their season. So who knows what's gonna happen there. But yeah, like I said, I would do that. I would do that trade for a quote unquote known commodity.
Yeah.
And OBJ, that would be a pretty lethal combination, lethal combination of a talent there with OBJ, Debo, and you got George. That's pretty lethal. And then if
your coverage doesn't know quite what to do, you get a double team and let Debo run around? Because OBJ's got the reputation. They're going to double team him, right?
Because you could use at that point, you could use Debo in the slot, and that's a mismatch that's a mismatch nightmare right there. He's
and
too
OBJ's
strong.
a deep threat. You cover two bases with that. He's a deep threat.
Yep.
Okay, now George
And
Kittle, you set him free. You got Debo and Kittle. Ooh, Trent Taylor coming out of the slot if you want.
That's a lethal combination. Like I said, this is going to be if they actually pull it off, this would be the third time they would try to get OBJ. If I'm not,
You know, you're right. We tried the Giants. I don't know if they talked to Cleveland last year or not, but yeah.
Third time to charm.
Yeah. So there you go.
Clarence, no doubt.
Clarence,
But we'll let you go because I know you got tons of callers. I appreciate it. You stay safe out there. I dropped a little dollar on there for you for some hand sanitizer.
Thanks, fam. Yeah, Clarence, say you're yeah. Thanks, Clarence. All right, fam. I'll see you Friday. All right.
All right, man. Bye.
Bye. I hear people are discussing my cough. I do it every week. I've been doing it before this even happened, right? When you talk too much, you end up choking yourself. Or somebody else chokes you. Erico 209. What's up?
Ronbo. What's up?
Sharon, what are you doing on 209? Usually your name comes up. I see nothing but an area code. Are you incognito right now?
No, I had to get a whole new phone.
Oh, okay. Well, shucks.
Yeah.
We'll change 209 to Sharon.
Yeah.
Hey, so now we're looking at a scenario that looks kind of like that's possible. The 49ers dealing with Cleveland, a straight-ahead change. Maybe we have to give Cleveland a draft pick along with Arik Armstead, but OBJ, finally, the 49ers have been trying to get him for how long, and they get him. Is that attractive to you, Sharon, or would you rather keep Arik Armstead?
I would like to try to keep Arik Armstead, but, during that game, OBJ did say to Jimmy to come get him because he wanted to be a 49er. So
and they thought nobody would find out.
I would be surprised to see him in a red and gold uniform this year, but I believe he'll probably come to Santa Clara because he was really wanting to be a 49er in the first place. So
or
I think they're
Rams.
going to make that happen. Mm-hmm.
Well,
so it wouldn't bother me either way they go down with it. I trust Kyle and Lynch and what they're doing, but I would hate to see Eric go. But hopefully, maybe they're doing something behind closed doors to keep him. And by the way, OBJ is 27 years old.
Yeah, I knew he wasn't that old. 27.
And OTA starts right after the draft.
Yeah, that's what I thought. Yeah, because you got to get those draft picks involved. Mm-hmm. So yeah.
Yeah.
Well, there it is, and the draft is at the end of April.
Either way it goes.
Man, Sean, I got to tell you, selfishly though, I'm worried about coronavirus. It's got to stop. It's starting to affect.
It's got my kids so scared to go to school. I got to get them to go to school.
No, hold on the door. No, don't make me go. It's probably.
I don't want to go to school. I might just don't want to die. I was like, oh my God.
Oh, it's terrorizing children. Oh my. You know what though? At some point, some areas, especially where communities that are really involved, they are going to close down schools. I figure that's the next stage.
Yeah.
If we have to get to it.
I think so too. I mean, it's already where I'm at.
You're not in Washington, are you?
No, I'm in California, but where I'm at, I'm like an hour from Sacramento, and there was a person that was already down, that came down with it. So it's already here, but it's just not here in my state yet that I don't heard of yet. But it's got my kids all scared. Mom, we gotta go get water. Oh my God, chill.
I know, and there's no, and the bad thing about it, like unlike the flu, there's no shot you can take for this. You just got to avoid
No.
it. Yeah.
Trump says, oh, it'll slow down by 8. I'm like, Trump, you are out of your mind. You don't know what you're saying.
I hope he's right, because I'm telling you right now, this has to stop.
That man ain't right. That man is just trying to be a president, try to keep it. Come on now.
Well, the thing is, though, it could ruin our season. I am so worried, because I
know,
figured.
I'm worried about that, too, because, you got everything is coming up so quick. They're going to, the NBA's already suspended. Next, I believe, it's going to be the NFL, and that will hurt a lot of fans, and it'll hurt the players, too. I mean, what, you going to play football in an empty stadium with no fans? That's crazy.
I know, right? Oh, you can't. The fans are part of every sport. The NBA can't continue. Baseball can't continue.
You can't deny the fans. Exactly. They would lose money.
Yeah, who's going to pay for the things that need to be paid for? They're starting about doing.
On TV, I was hearing with Jeopardy and Wheel of Fortune, they're not doing live crowds anymore.
Yeah, right. So how do you do the show?
I don't know. That's what I like to know. This is what I like to know.
Oh, you know what it's for?
It's crazy.
It's for sponsors. Sponsors have already paid, and companies don't want to give them back their money, so they're going to run the commercials, and the show's going to be ran without them. Maybe have a few people sitting out in the audience that work at the place, and that's it. Oh, scary
Maybe
times.
that's the case.
Pandemic.
Yep.
Well. Anyway, Sharon, back to better subjects now. Now, Jimmy Ward is anticipated to be leaving too. So now you got Darius Randall from the Cleveland Browns, who only played 11 games last year.
I really didn't care for Jimmy Ward because he was okay, but I think we can replace him easy. So we got some talented players, and I think out of the practice squad they can find somebody to replace him or go out and scout if they're not
Sharon,
scouting
did
now.
you say
so.
the practice squad?
Yeah.
In other words, bring anybody in, he'll be able to cover for J-Dub.
That's what they're going to do anyway. That's how they would do it. You know how the Niners do it. They'll find somebody out of the practice squad.
Yeah, they need to go out and find somebody somewhere, though. This is a tough position. Running backs are another part.
They'll find somebody, though, yeah.
Yeah, they're good at that, though. I agree with that.
But with the OBJ thing, I wouldn't be surprised, like I said, to see him on the Niners this year because they tried 3 times already to get him, and he whispered to Jimmy after the game, come and get me. So, they're going to come get him.
I know. Sharon, we're going to go. You take care of yourself now. Be careful out there.
Have a good night. You too. You too, Ronbo.
Thanks. Night, Sharon.
Bye.
Oh, God. What a scene. Children standing at the door terrorized being made to go to school. Oh, we got to get past this. Let me bring him in. Rod? Rod? Lullaby and good night to little Rod. Dee, 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 dee. Night, Rod. Hey, Phil. Come on in, Phil.
Ronbo.
Phil. And Phil, I love getting your perspective on these things. Now, this is something I just caught from The Athletic, and I had to laugh. I says, whoa. Now, there's going to be a lot of BS flying around here for a few days, but this one...
Well, I'm not in favor of going after OBJ.
Well, yeah. State your reasons.
I think it was Dre or somebody was saying that he's not a diva. Well, okay, wearing a wristwatch during the game, giving shoes to Tom Brady, saying go before the game. wearing a different uniform than the rest of his teammates, yelling at the coach. Okay, he's not
But,
a
hey, Phil,
diva.
you left out the
Okay,
colored
all right.
visor that has been
the colored visor.
Yeah.
Okay. Give me a break.
We got to stop the game. He's got to take that visor off. Why did he wear it out here? I don't know, but he's going to take it off now. Oh!
He got $60 million in 2021. $60,025,206 in cap space. So he said $40 million. It's actually $60.
Ooh.
But we do have to sign Kittle and Buckner, so that's going to take a chunk out of it.
Yeah.
But I would rather draft a wide receiver in this draft, and I think you're going to get a guy that you can hold, number one. Number two, he's going to be athletically just as good as OBJ. These wide receivers out of this draft class are good.
Yeah. They're comparing it to the class that several guys came out of years ago. But go ahead.
Yeah, I just think this is a really outstanding draft class that you can get a good wide receiver in the draft for 5 years for relatively cheap. So, and think about it. If Armstead goes, folks, Solomon T is his replacement.
Oh!
That's going to be a fact.
I know.
Right?
I've already thought
so
about
all these
that.
people that criticize Solomon T, he's your guy.
Oh, I knew it. I said to myself, it's going to be Solomon T. I said this weeks ago, if Eric goes, suddenly Solomon T is supposed to take up that slack.
Now, I like Solomon T because he's good against the run. He does hustle.
Yeah.
He's
Did we put him in that position a few times during the course of the year, though, Phil? How many sacks? Did he get 2 sacks this year? Phil? We lost Phil. Phil came in and laid that doom. Normally I entertain thoughts that make me feel good. I don't like Solomon T in for Arik Armstead. Whew. He is the next guy up, though, as far as that goes. And then we can still say we got nothing but first-round draft picks on that front line. Oh, but that boy. Is Phil back with us? No. Okay. See if we can wake Rod up. I know, right? Hey, Rob, that's not funny. But don't tease people when they're asleep. Hey,
Ronbo, I'm back.
Yes, and awake. And Phil, go ahead, man. You were getting ready to elaborate on the cost there and some other stuff. Go ahead.
Well, I'm just saying that Armstead's going to cost you about $15 million. OBJ is going to cost you about $15 million. OBJ signed for the next 4 years, I think, or 3 years more.
Yeah, at least.
So he's under
just
contract.
signed that contract before he came to the Browns, right?
But the other thing is, what if Armstead doesn't want to go to Cleveland?
Does he have that kind of thing in his contract? I don't think.
Well, no. If
they can refuse to go.
If you tag him, he doesn't have to sign that tag contract.
Oh,
he can
right.
sit it out.
Right. I forgot about that. Tag
could say, I don't want to go to
Armstead
Cleveland.
signs it. Yeah.
Exactly.
Hey, hold up. Hey, Uncle Phil, where'd you get the number $60 million from? Because I'm looking at over the cap right now.
I'm looking at Sport Track right now. I'm looking at Sport Track.
I'm looking at over the cap, bro. I don't look at Sports Track. I look at over the cap. Is what a lot of people use. It says $44,586,281. Our liabilities is $160,480,750,000.
Well, they've got it at $158,680.
Yeah, I don't know what you're looking at, man. But all right, I just wanted to get a reference as to what you were looking at because I always look at over the cap.
Yeah, I'm looking at Sports Track. You can go look at them, but they've already got next year's cap in there plus rollover.
Yeah, they may.
Okay, all right, thanks, bro. I appreciate
All right. Yeah, there may be calculations different from one site to another. One may be behind her. Okay. All right, Dre.
All right, good. I appreciate
But we're going to have a chunk of change either way. We're going to have a chunk of change.
Yeah.
So, but we do have to sign Buckner and Kittle.
And don't worry and don't. Yeah. Right. Is there anybody else? That's it for the big contracts, isn't it? Yeah. Because everybody else is pretty much set.
Well, but then you're losing Tart. You're losing a lot of secondary guys.
Hey, is Tart's contracts, is that expire next year?
Yeah, after next year. After this year coming up.
Well,
So you got to start thinking about those guys too. I mean, the secondary players. Sherman's contract's up.
Sherman will come in. He'll say, "Look, I'm here to represent me, as y'all know. I got it all figured out right in here. All right, look at this figure. Give me some incentives in there. If I make it to the Pro Bowl, all this changes and everything gets.
Yeah, but I'm saying that they're gonna take up some change.
Some gap, as far as the money. Yeah, they're gonna hit the budget up for sure. So,
but I'm all for keeping Armstead. I just want to keep that D line together.
I do too.
It works
so
well
badly.
together.
Yes, man. Because everything else.
I would rather draft a wide receiver and keep the team in place because I think we're on the verge of winning the Super Bowl, and it's
so close.
We're not that far away, and I just don't want to mess with the clubhouse or have some issues, and it's just.
No, Phil, you're absolutely right. The concerns are legitimate because the fact of the matter is that club stays together. They're going to be supportive of each other beyond what any stranger can possibly bring to the table if he comes into that clubhouse. He hasn't been through the pain and suffering that all those guys have endured together. So they're going to be strong next year, contrary to what people want to think.
And I'm not worried about coronavirus. Let's chill out. I got to get that in. I mean, the average age of the person dying is 80 years old.
And usually they have underlying conditions, right?
Yeah, it's going to affect me more than you guys. So,
well, here's the thing. I don't want the season to be canceled because of public. I
tell you what,
concerns and precautions being taken. The NBA got suspended.
I'm more worried about the Green New Deal than I am coronavirus.
Yeah, but I like that confidence.
Airplane flight. How are you going to have games?
Oh, it's just all scary stuff.
I don't worry about it. I don't worry about it. It's going to be gone by summertime.
Well, see, you would think so. The UV, and they say UV rays could kill it. It's a seasonal thing, hopefully.
If it's anything like the flu, it's seasonal, and summertime will kill it, and it'll be gone.
Oh.
And by that time, next winter, they'll have a antibody.
They better be working hard, day and night to get that done. Exactly.
I'm sure they are.
All right, Phil.
I'm not worried about it.
All right, well, I'm going to stick with you. Chill Phil. He's back with those kind of words.
Yeah.
All right, Phil. I'll see you Friday.
All right, man.
All right, Phil.
Take it easy.
You too.
Bye.
Night. And John V, come on in, babe.
Ronbo, my man. What's happening, brother?
John, as you know, man, I'm sitting there, as I say, you go through all the nonsense, all the crap, all the Brady to San Francisco BS, and then all of a sudden I run into this one, I say, whoa. Now that has potential, because the 49ers they've been coveting an OBJ signing for how long? The only thing is they'd have to weaken that defensive line up a bit. And yes, Arik Armstead leaving would take away a little of the strength, but it would bring on OBJ. Would the 49ers want to make that kind of a deal? It's a compromise in strength. How would it affect the team? Does OBJ bring enough to the table that maybe the defense isn't on the field as long anyway? There's so many variables, right? So I'm thinking, wow, this one is interesting. Maybe. But what do you think?
I don't know, brother. I mean, this is shocking. I didn't see this coming. I mean, of course, Cleveland's the only team that can suck apples and then, always be in the mix of shit when it comes to the nitty-gritty,
the draft,
I don't
free
understand.
agency. They're always right in the thick of things, right?
they're always, they haven't made a lick of a difference in the league, but they've got enough picks to control it. It just blows my damn mind. But anyway, I don't know, Rumble. I don't know if I do with OBJ. I don't know. I mean, I agree with Will. I agree with everybody. I don't think he's as much of a head case as everybody in the media makes him out to be. But he is a diva, and he brings that ego and that shit that we really don't need to disrupt the friendships. I just feel like we've got friendships. I feel like, if he sees Debo getting all this action, I just don't want conflicting egos to disrupt or split the locker room. You know what I mean?
Mm. No, I understand. Like some of the things that Phil just pointed out too. It speaks loudly. I mean, huge volumes about his maturity level. You don't need to wear jewelry out of the field, Odell.
Right.
Wait, come on, man. We don't want the refs to come over and say, listen, he's got to take this off. He's got to change those shoes. What's with this?
Right.
What's with that? He said, don't do that.
Right.
Yeah,
I mean, I don't, it's not, I don't want to get too far into it, but you know what? The biggest problem with OBJ and the Cleveland Browns organization is that there are no disciplinarians on that staff to keep that man intact.
Good point.
Okay? You need disciplinarians to keep these men intact, to separate their egos. You're not bringing your camera crew in for a segment during practice. Like, we're not hosting, Freddie Kitchens trying to talk. You might as well throw a pair of underwear at that dude's head and just walk the opposite direction because, you want to take a photo op. Right, no respect. He's doing photo ops right in the middle of practice. And then the dude leaves during camp. He came to camp, did a photo op, and then left. Come on, man. You're not going to pull that shit in Santa Clara. No one's going to tolerate that crap.
I think they get that straight with him before we listen. Odell, we got some things we want to get straightened out right now. Yeah.
We have disciplinarians, so maybe we can make it work.
And you're not going to walk past Richard Sherman wearing the wrong shoes either. So, yeah, you're right.
No, brother, you're going to take that off and go right back to where you came from. Put that back, because I think he wanted to stir the pot. OBJ always had to find his name in the media. He wasn't making a name for himself during the week for game day. So let's just stir the pot with my jewelry and my nonsense and my this and my that.
Wearing the wrong visor.
And shoes.
Yeah.
Right. Why don't you just wear a different jersey while you're at it?
Or rather, just run out on the field butt naked. I mean, if you're looking for attention, that'll work.
Can you imagine that?
He does.
That's the only thing he hasn't done.
Yeah, he is an attention whore. I only wish that if you could get those things straight and give him the affidavit, I want you to sign here. Odell, you see all those things we listed there? None of this is going to happen, right?
Right.
So.
Right.
Yeah, he's a good football player.
I think it's more important, Ronbo, that we focus on maybe a second-round pick if we're going to dump Armstead. Which I can't believe I'm saying that because I can't believe it. We don't have anybody to take his place. We don't have a long enough body. We don't have. I don't know.
And you put
Ronbo,
Solomon T in there. The thought of that scares the bejesus out of me. Anyway.
Yeah, because we don't even know who he's going to be.
Yes, that's the problem. John, good stuff, man. I'll see you Friday, okay?
Better, Ronbo. Hey, always a pleasure, my man. I appreciate everything you do. Good night, brother.
Thanks, John. You too.
Bye-bye.
All right. I wonder if B-Ham is on the road again. He just can't wait to go on the road again. Like, hey, B-Ham, is the rig out of the shop yet?
Man, we in the rig right now, Ronbo.
Oh, all right.
We is in the rig right now. We on the first run since we had it out the shop. This is the first run. And right now she's working out just fine, bro.
All right. Well, I know you're in a good mood then. But I was running by, I want to check with the fam. You see what I think about the possibility, and I think it's a real possibility. Arik Armstead, but like somebody just said, Arik ain't got to be going nowhere. After he signs that franchise tag, it's like he's almost can do whatever he wants. He didn't have to sign it, And then we get Odell Beckham Jr. Borderlands probably have to give up next year's 3rd or 4th round draft pick or something. It would cost, but do you think it's worth the risk?
Let me say it like this, Ronbo. I like the way our program is. I've been listening, to a lot of the faithful, coming in, sharing their thoughts. It could be worth the risk. I'm going to say it's worth the risk if I can damn near say we're going to at least make it back to the Super Bowl. I think we got a long road ahead of us, but I believe we can make it back. Yeah. I believe we can scheme and do what needs to be done to get back there. It's not going to be peaches and cream. It's not going to be easy as you think. But if I want to give up Armstead for OBJ, oh, man, that's a tough one, Ronbo.
It really is.
We know what we got in Armstead, and we know what we've seen in OBJ. It's just, Armstead showed a lot this year. And OBJ, well, he's still trying to find himself. So I think that's the only problem with me, man. We don't need nobody trying to find themselves.
BM, I just want to add to that, because here's the thing. You know that the offense, this is one reason why I say give me a break with Tom Brady. The offense, it takes at least 2 seasons to get Kyle Shanahan's stuff down. It's not easy. A lot of people are confused by that. This is why next year the 49ers offense could be just ridiculously good. So even if we don't have OBJ is what I'm talking about.
When it comes to our offense, Ronbo, like you say, whether we have OBJ or not, I believe Kyle Shanahan, he's going to work up some plays to go out there and light your ass up.
And they're going to be able
We are going to need the receivers. We are going to need some receivers to do it. Hey, if we could move heaven and earth, I mean, Dante Pettis, you're gone. Trent Taylor, I hadn't seen enough of you. You're gone. I mean,
That's the first name anybody thinks of.
I'm sorry that it is, but it's just the way it is, man. We're trying to win the ship, man.
Damn it,
We're trying
Dante.
to win the ship out here, man.
God.
And Dante is out here playing around like he's on his cycle, man. I mean, come on, man. You young. You supposed to be
hungry.
I really wonder how did Dante feel. Yeah. I really wonder how did he feel seeing that Debo came in and got more playing time than he did. I mean, that, man.
It didn't bother him. You could see it in his face on the side. It didn't bother him. Bam! I hate to say it, but we're talking about a kid who grew up a sheltered life, privileged life. He doesn't have the kind of drive that you build up from not having things. I worry about that. I was hoping it wouldn't be the case, but Dante, you act like you don't care sometimes.
Well, brothers like this right here, Ronbo. I can't have you on my team trying to find yourself. I mean, we got people coming in that's like, hey, I'm in the league. I'm up here with the grown men. I got to play like I'm up here with the grown men. That's how Debo came in. I believe the other guy, Jalen Hurd, would have been the same way. We got to get, hey, man, I like you, Dante. Cool dude. You're just not NFL ready yet, my brother. And hey,
it's
we
not
gotta let
happening.
you go, man.
God.
We gotta let him go, man.
I know.
We gotta let him go, Ronbo.
He's got a rookie contract. He's got a rookie contract, and he ain't costing 49ers no money. He'll be there around next year, fooling around, him and CJ. Both of them, this is it, though, so. BM, we got to go, too.
Okay, Ronbo, man, you be easy, man. I'm going to keep it trucking on down this road. Pull
yes,
over
indeed.
make me a smoother in a minute.
Yeah,
man, we're going to continue to talk, man. We're going to see which way out now. Whichever way we go, man, I believe we're going to go in the right direction.
Because they know what they're doing, so that's the thing. All right, be here. I'll drive carefully, fam. I'll see you Friday, hopefully. All right.
Okay, man, be easy.
You too. There he goes, boy. It's funny. Whenever you want to think about something you don't appreciate about the 49ers, the first thing you do is grab Dante, Solomon T. Hey, but we're lucky. A lot of teams have lots of names that get on their nerves. We only got a couple. That is extraordinary when you think about it. you were a little concerned about Marquise Goodwin. Is actually looks like he's not going to be with us, unfortunately. But I like Marquise, and I'm curious to what he look like next year. And people got to think about also picking about Jerick McKinnon, but we ain't seen Jerick McKinnon. And I always think it's unfair to pick on Jerick McKinnon because we've not seen him do a damn thing, but lay up in pain. I want to see if he's ready to play. A lot of people say, "Damn that, cut him. He ain't do the thing," and bring Matty B back in. I get it, I do. But I'm curious about what Jerick looks like. Oh, let me see. The 90 love to hate. Ain't seen him in a while. Thanks, fam, for that contribution. But you're not gonna get the production you get from OBJ during the Super Bowl window. Win now. You know, OBJ does have to come in and learn some things, doesn't he? If that's what you're alluding to, that's true. See, people don't understand about Kyle Shanahan's offense. People don't just come running up in here and just doing it. It takes a minute. And Okie Niners got some bad news. He says his dad passed away. Okie, man. Heart goes out to you, fam. And condolences. It's tough losing the parents. So, hang in there, bro. You got us, though, man. We'll support you all day long. You didn't hear it. Dang. Send it out to Okie Niner tonight, fam. Hey, let me say, IB.
Ronbo.
IB, man.
What's going on, family?
Man, we're sitting there kicking around OBJ. It's funny, we get mixed reviews on OBJ tonight. You remember 2-3 years ago, OBJ was the most popular man next to who? Shoot, I'm trying to think of somebody more. Man, OBJ, everybody loved them some OBJ. Now, we're getting split down the middle views. Some people say OBJ for Arik Armstead. You got to think about it. 2-3 years ago, in a heartbeat. Oh, God, yes. Arik Armstead's making me mad anyway. Give me OBJ now. But now, But where are you at on this?
Man, where is this stuff coming from, man?
This is just a writer that came up with it from The Athletic. And I sat there and I looked at it and said, the 49ers been trying to get OBJ as soon as John Lynch may be ahead of this writer, because as soon as OBJ come telling Jimmy G, man, would y'all come get me? As soon as that happened, it goes to show that OBJ does not want to stay. Cleveland found out about that, so they know OBJ is not happy being with them. They may be willing to make a deal, considering the fact that 49ers coaches are all over Cleveland right now. They're going to go ahead and tell the owner, if I were you, I would take Arik Armstead. OBJ's not happy here anyway. You win, and you win. 49ers is thinking the same thing, but we're not going to absolutely win. We're running a risk. Arik Armstead was part of one of the most dynamic defenses in the NFL. What are we going to get with OBJ?
Yeah,
that's the worrisome thing.
So this is really like this. Somebody really wrote this up, though?
Yeah. It did, and got Jimmy Ward leaving, and we pick up Darius Randall to replace him. This is all Cleveland products.
He's from Cleveland. He's a safety from Cleveland. Randall.
No, the writer's from the Athletic. That's a Bay Area based.
No. Randall.
Darius. Yeah, Darius was out last season a lot. He played 11 games. The year before, he was just kick butt. Last year, he was out. So. And you know what, though? I don't see him replacing Jimmy Ward with no free agent. If Ward leaves, this could be Tavares' job, and they'll draft a safety to see if he can work behind Tavares, most likely.
Yeah, I could see us drafting a safety, you know what I'm saying, just for insurance purposes. But as far as Arik Armstead to Cleveland, what we have to give up something with Arik Armstead for that?
I assume the same thing. And also, Arik doesn't have to sign. If Arik doesn't want to go to Cleveland, and let's face it, right. Don't nobody want to go to Cleveland? So then what would end up happening is he would say, I'm not signing that, man. Y'all ain't sending me to Cleveland. Is you out your damn mind? I'm trying. You know what? This is wrong on so many levels. I want to play with you, and you going to send me to Cleveland. I can just see it now.
Yeah, I've never heard of this, man. I mean, honestly, I've been on the net all day. I don't know where this one came from. This is, these guys are crazy, man, with this information. There's no way in hell. I mean,
it's speculation.
I think first of all, going back to the speculation, where is the speculation as far as were we really going after OBJ, or is he just one of these athletes who admires Kyle Shanahan's system?
No, remember last year?
I mean, because
remember last year they was trying to get him from the Giants.
Because he was in the market. You know what I'm saying? He was making himself available. So now to look back at it, now here in the off season, we're gonna sign a player that we need and give away a draft. Nah,
I know, right? Doesn't make any sense.
Man. They making all kinds of stuff this off season, man. These people are crazy.
You've not heard the worst.
I don't see it.
You got how many days between now and Monday? Oh man.
Yeah. I mean, you know, I just like one of the other callers said, I just hope we have a season this year because of all this other madness going on. But
true.
Nah, I don't see any signing trades with honestly with any of our players. I truly believe we're willing and our intentions are to bring everybody back. And if we can't, we may lose
every
one
last one you can
or
exactly.
so, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But I believe it's very feasible. We can bring everybody back. You know, you just got to buy within that system. I think the problem is the money is so much speculation about the money. And one thing about our team is they're all around the same age. All of them are groomed within the same thing. So we want to see our players excel. We want to see our young birds leave the nest. You know what I'm saying? But it's a prideful thing when you talk about what our system, what our players inherit from our system. But
and the longer they're together in the system, the better they're going to get.
Exactly.
Absolutely. Right.
Exactly. And you know, it's a lot of hype about Jimmy Ward, man. Yeah, okay, but you know, let's not overreact about too much stuff, man. Because when you talk about the Niners historically, we've never really had them type of players that just. I mean, we have bits and pieces here and there, but what we had last year, we haven't seen that since the 90s.
A long time.
Really, you know what I'm saying? And that
7
goes for
years.
all of them guys, man. We're not giving them guys their credit. We're not giving none of them guys their credit.
I'm glad you brought that up because that's what I'm saying. People go kick Jimmy to the curb, comes back with an ACL injury, and bring in Tom Brady. People say that like it ain't no big thing. I said, come on, man. I understand the thing about it's about the name in the front, not the back. But come on, man, that's ridiculous. I'm going to bring in Tom Brady now for what? And he ain't all that to be coming in this system anyway. So... But I mean, I think before we go, I think most of the credit goes to Kyle Shanahan. I think he's a little bit different from what we expected. He's not his father in particular. You know, he doesn't have the players that come to him are players that are willing to work for him. You know what I'm saying? He doesn't sign top-notch guys and things like that. I mean, and that's no disrespect to the team because we don't put a hell of a these pieces we don't put together is unbelievable. And absolutely. And I mean, you make a great point because the fact of the matter is, just to piggyback on that, that's why we don't have any BS going on in the locker room. We don't have no diva mentality in there. These are just hardworking players that get it done.
You don't bring that stuff into your home. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Mama always say that. You don't bring that shit back home, man.
Yes, it did.
You know?
I mean,
these
good
guys
stuff,
are crazy.
fam. I'm going to see you Friday, okay?
Always, man.
Right,
no problem.
Have a good night.
All right, thank you. You too.
Ah, man. And let's bring in Shirley. Oh.
Ronbo, what's up, man?
Shalil, man, I tell you, if I look at, a lot of the things I read right now, because this is that time of year when comedians pretty much take over the NFL wire. And some of the things that are being written up are funny. Other things that you see written up are something you like to find the guy who wrote it and hit him with a baseball bat. But today I read this one. I says, that's got potential. If we go on what we know about what the 49ers' pursuit of OBJ, we know that if we can't sign Arik Armstead, good Lord, you got to get something for him. You can't just let him leave for free. That's too good of a football player. That's a 10-sack guy. You know how what people will pay for a 10-sack guy, right? So we got to do something here. Jimmy Ward will probably leave, if he can't get his money, because I think he's investing in his future more than he is. It's not selfish as much as self-preservation. So I said, you know what? This is actually possible. But Shalil, would you trade Arik Armstead if you could sign him and trade him to Cleveland, which is really evil to Arik Armstead? But would you do that? I mean, how do you feel about this?
How I feel is, how about them cowgirls? How about them sweet cocks? How about them lambs? And how about them Raider Joes from Vegas? I got a funny story for you today, man. I went to L&L Hawaiian Barbecue. I went to go get some food. And this guy walks up and is like, hey, can I, because I was next to the trash can. Yeah. He throws his bottle away. And he says, man, you should take that trash off. I'm like, excuse me? Because I had my 49er shirt. He's like, you should take that trash off, man. You freaking blew the Super Bowl. You guys blew the Super Bowl. I'm like, who's your team? And he didn't. He said, don't worry about it. I'm like, who's your team? Who's your team? Who's your team?
I would have followed him all the way out the door.
Like,
hey, are you a Chiefs fan? Hey, why don't you want to answer me? You know?
He sounded like a Raiders fan.
I know, right?
Raiders fan. They have no class. That's why they're moving. They have no class. They're trash. They're garbage. The Cowgirls fans, fucking trash, garbage. Get the hell out of here.
Because they're the first ones to take a shot at you. Don't even know you. How many of us have had that happen?
No, he's quietly waiting. You know, I'm not bothering anybody. With this guy, man, have some class.
No.
Some of these fans, they just don't have class at all.
Mm.
Well,
but
anyways, let's get down to 49er football.
Yeah.
I wouldn't trade Armstead. I think he's a lethal part of a bullet in our defense. I wouldn't get rid of him. I don't necessarily like Jimmy Ward. I think he's made out of glass. He had one good season, and he wants a lot of cash.
And he might have been playing hurt. He just didn't want to tell anybody.
Yeah, he didn't want to tell
Jimmy could
get hurt. But, you know, he played very well last year.
He can play.
Year, yeah. But that one tackle, it just pissed me off. He's already getting hurt. Help! My neck, my back, my neck and my back.
Everybody's seeing Friday.
Man, this guy's getting hurt, man. But no, man, I think Odell Beckham is a good player. Don't get me wrong; he's a very good player. Yeah. I just hate how he just if he comes to this locker room, he has to be a good team player. That's all I'm asking for.
Don't
be a good team player.
Things. Just...
When Kyle says, you need to block, then block. Okay.
Oh, Salil, I forgot about that. He's
like
not
Emmanuel Sanders. He said he was going to take out the gloves and he's going to go right into blocking when we start running the ball. He needs to do the same thing, block. Like the rest of the guys when we give the ball to Mostert or any of our running backs.
I've not heard him being famous for that. I forgot about that.
But he will get the ball a lot, though, if he comes here. I'll tell you that.
No, you know how Shanahan is. If you can't do the blue-collar work, don't ask me to throw the ball. Even Dante was out there blocking. And Dante's probably not one that blocked before he left Washington. But they really were after him. Maybe they had that discussion with him. I don't know.
He's going to have to block if he comes here, though. That's
right.
All I got to say.
Shannon does not. You don't play if you don't block.
You don't play, you don't block. So, I hope we get him, but he's got to be two things. He's got to be a good locker room guy, and he's got to block.
Yeah.
And he needs to stop in public going into other college teams, which I don't know what he's doing.
And handing out money. Yeah.
And handing out money.
He's very.
He can wear anything he wants. Just don't do stupid shit like
judgment calls. Why'd you go in the locker room handing out money where everybody can see you, OBJ? You didn't think anybody's going to say anything? And what was slapping the security guy on the ass?
The money is fine. You can give away your cash. I don't care. But don't try to hit anybody. That's all.
Yeah, he just
don't try to get in trouble for doing that shit.
Every off season, he finds a way to get into something that's going to be broadcast TMZ or something. You know.
He is less of a. I think he's less of a problem than AB. AB is on a whole new level.
No, AB's no.
I don't know what is going on in his head. But,
hey, what's the thing? It's just like his agent said. Unless he seeks some attention, I am no longer going to represent Antonio Brown. That right there, I had to laugh because I knew something was wrong with Antonio, but I didn't know somebody's actually going to come out and say there's something clinically wrong with this man. You know, but I always find those kind of things funny. See, but can he play with medication? That's not funny. Let me stop. I didn't mean that.
That's not funny.
I take it back.
It's not funny, but
yeah, it's not.
But you know what? He'll get better. He needs to get his head right. You know, go see a therapist and talk about his situation.
True.
And I hope he gets better. I hope he comes back.
Yeah. All right,
but,
Julio.
You know what?
Good stuff.
But
listen,
Ronbo,
next time you go out to eat, if you see a Raider fan and wearing his black, go over and sit right next to him.
He didn't even say his team. He said, "Don't worry about it."
No,
he must have been shit. That's why.
If a guy looks like a Raider fan, they have a certain look about him. He won't wear Raider gear right now. It's embarrassing. So you know you gotta find those guys when you walk into an establishment, sit down next to them, lay your hat down on a table and everything. Make like you can't. You just love this hat so much. You blow. Dust it off and everything. Just really become a jerk, you know. He'll finally say something if it's a Raider fan. You gotta antagonize him, Shalil.
Shout out to the Niner Empire. You have a good night, Ronbo. Thank you for the platform.
You do, Shalil. That's just mean, isn't it? Hawks fans, you too. I got one that bothers me on Twitter every day. Shout out to him. What's his name? Decal something. Guy comes at me every day with something, and I always embarrass him, and he still comes back. I got a trophy with 49ers trophies, 5 trophies. I put a trophy in his club up there, 1 trophy. Hey, let me see. Hey, let me give him a shot. Niners! As loud as I was, I think he's hit the next level. Let's take on Charles. Hey, Charles.
I think he's tired of all the Brady to SF rumors. He's freaking tired of it. He's tired of all that.
Passed out.
How you doing tonight?
Oh God, I in light of everything that's going on, the only solace I have, the only good time I have now is when we get together. I'm hearing about the NBA being suspended. Everything we do, our whole lives are being threatened by this awful virus. You know, we're gonna have to change a lot of things until they get it under control. We don't know when it's gonna get under control, but other than that. Charles, how about them Niners? I'm telling you right now, man. The deal that I read that I took seriously was Arik Armstead to Cleveland in a sign and trade. Arik doesn't have to sign, but if he did, you go ahead and trade him to Cleveland. We get back OBJ, which is that's something that Cleveland might like, actually. Give up a 3rd or 4th round pick for next year to go along with it if that's what they need. 49ers get their. As Kyle's always said, the guy that steps up and stands out. I still think Deebo Samuel's already done that. And if you really want to get another wide receiver, why not go in the draft since there's so many this year? But OBJ's, you already know what he brings to the table. So that's why I said, you know what? I could actually see this one possibly being discussed. But Charles, what do you think?
Well, just to address the coronavirus issue real quick, this is what I've heard was, for everyone that has the coronavirus, it only kills people 2% of the time with people that have it. Yeah. And those 2% are usually the people who cannot afford medication, things of that nature to basically get healthier. So I'm just going to say it, leave it at that. Yeah. And on the Arik Armstead to Cleveland, I would not trade Arik Armstead for OBJ. I would trade him for other things, other pieces, picks, things of that nature, because we don't need OBJ. We need a speedy that 4-2 guy that can take the top off the edge and who's willing to give their heart out on every play. Because I've seen plays where OBJ just half-asses it, doesn't care.
Well, see, that's an attitude. That's an attitude.
Himself.
OBJ's not usually happy with the offense. He hated the Giants because he couldn't get the ball to him. Manning couldn't get him. And then last year, Baker Mayfield proved to be a man that couldn't get it done, too. You know, Kyle would have OBJ running loose. And also, he is a deep threat. But anyway, go ahead.
Well, he is a deep threat, but I'm just saying there have been times where we ran the ball 70% of the time.
And he doesn't like to block, though, I don't think. Yeah.
He does not like to block. He basically wants to start, what I'm trying to say. So that's my take on OBJ. But if we were to trade Arik Armstead, I would rather trade it for picks, get young guys in, save the money, things like that.
Yeah, well, they got the money things already figured out, I think. But yeah, you got to be careful. The chemistry in this team it could be delicate. You could bring somebody in there and just upset the balance of the vibe in there is just so good. You got to be careful with that.
Yeah.
Else you end up getting rid of a player.
Everyone loves each other.
They really do. I mean, it's unbelievable how much they appreciate and back each other up.
Remember Emmanuel Sanders when he was doing the press conferences? He went out of his way to say how much he appreciated and loved these guys. Like he said, this was his favorite squad he's ever been on.
Right.
Everyone loves each other.
That's what they promote in Santa Clara, man. I mean, when you got guys like Akello Witherspoon coming to the coach, hey coach, whatever Mosey was doing on special teams, I got that. Let's not wear him out. What? Wow! Look at this.
That's just the way the locker room is.
Yeah.
The culture we built in San Francisco, and I don't want someone to come in and just ruin all that. I want us to get the right players, the right guys, who will not only build on that culture, but make it last longer. You know what I'm saying?
Right. So they got to be careful about who they bring in.
Did you check out that Mekhi Becton kid I was telling you about in the combine?
Wait, what's his name again?
Remember the Mekhi Becton kid I was telling you about during the combine?
I thought I wrote all those names down. I don't remember this name though. He was the
6'7", 360 that ran at 5'1".
Oh, is that? You know what? I don't know how to pronounce his name. I read it. I can't pronounce it. I checked him out from day one. Okay. You know what though? I haven't checked his highlights out. I want to see how he road grades because I figured he's good at that because he's got enough speed to move around. That there's defensive linemen think they're going to just gang brush him. I mean, or bull rush him. Oh, that would be a mistake. I gotta see him.
I wish they. That boy. Anyway, I'm gonna cut it short here. I appreciate the platform as always. Have a good night, Ronbo.
All right. Talk to you Friday. Thanks, Charles. Yeah. Tony.
Ronbo.
Yeah. Tony. I haven't talked to you in a while.
Yeah, Ronbo, I've been hiding under a rock. I still haven't been able to get over the Super Bowl loss.
I know a lot of people.
And, I'm tired of hearing that, if Jimmy would have made that throw, it was more than Jimmy making that throw.
I know.
It was a defensive collapse.
Exactly.
And our offense didn't help. Really bothered by it. The reason I came on is because I've been enjoying, and you've brought me back only because you've been throwing shots at Mrs. Pettis, baby boy. And it's just so hilarious.
Everybody's favorite whipping boy. Oh, Dante.
Well,
dang.
It brought me back, Ronbo. So I decided to call in today because Yeah, I decided to call in today because the story you're talking about, where we could possibly give up Armstead for OBJ. Me personally, I think we should trade down and get maybe 2 picks out of that 31st. But this is a good scenario right here. Being that Armstead really showed up only this year, and OBJ has such an upside. It's almost like if we're ready to rock these next couple years to go to the Super Bowl, it might be worth it. Ronbo, what do you think?
Yeah, I like I say, my fear is, okay, Armstead leaves, and then you plug in Solomon T. You know, I could be wrong. Armstead was a good run stopper in 2018. This year, because of the fact he was surrounded by such headhunters that, you know, they didn't focus on him. He got one-on-one a lot, and he was able to take advantage of it. Solomon, I mean, that trade, I always worry, I just hope that the void can be filled by the other guys then. And then Solomon T, maybe he comes through, maybe he doesn't, but he didn't. Like our Arik, maybe he has a great year next year. I don't know. I don't want to find out anything unless it's good news. With OBJ, you assume he's going to be OBJ. He's going to be able to do what he does. Everything what he does is natural talent. So it's a deal that's really appealing. That's why when I looked at it, I said, wow, I'm going to ask about this one. So, yeah, I know what you're saying.
It's a great topic. It's a great topic to talk about. I really like what Emmanuel Sanders brought to the team. He made people step up. He brought maturity to the team. At the same time, trying to stay level-headed with the younger guys. Although he may not have been exactly what we needed, he definitely gave us an upside this year.
Made some great plays.
OBJ, yeah, exactly. I think OBJ could relate with Bourne and hopefully Hurd Taylor and Mrs. Dante's baby boy if he's around.
and they can do hair. Yeah.
Just because he's younger, he can relate.
Yeah.
But I think he's that guy that can blow the top off the defense because
no doubt.
He's not a bad route runner.
No, yeah.
I mean,
he can play. He'll smoke a defender, especially in Kyle's system. Yeah. Oh God, he'd be tremendous. But you need a block for Kyle.
Yeah.
Kyle is like wide receivers. Even Sanders, as little as he is, hey man, you do have to block, right? I'm ready to go, man. Let's go. And he did. He did a good job. So,
yeah, that's a little concerning that he may not want to block. Also, that he may be a little diva that he showed, and because Debo will get the ball and they like to share the ball, and then on top of that, we like to run most of the time.
Yes, a big percentage.
That's where it's a little concerning.
Yes, because Kyle's going to run the ball. People thought Kyle doesn't trust Jimmy. No. If you understand Kyle Shanahan's offense, Kyle's going to run the ball even if Brady was on the team. All right? They ain't going to stop running the ball. That's what Kyle does. He sets everything up from that run. A little bit more than I wanted him to. He needed more play action last year, but the ball is going to get ran. So, this is the thing. Can OBJ stand it?
Well, Ronbo, I really like the topic tonight, and like I said,
Thanks.
You reeled me in with Miss Dante's baby boy, or Miss Pettis' baby boy.
Yeah.
But today was a great topic, even if it's just a reason for us to talk about it. I mean, we're coming down to the wire. I'm excited to see what we get.
Few days.
Everyone has their own insight. Yeah, everyone has their own insight, and we'll see what happens. I think we have a bright future, and I can't wait to see what we got next year and see all the teams we shut up again, and hopefully we get shit talked to again, and we're under the radar, But I don't think it's gonna be that way. I think people are scared now. So.
Oh no, we're the predators now. I mean, it used to be, we're that big cat walking through the jungle now. Now everybody else is ducking and running. It used to be we were the prey. No, we're the ones they got to look out for now. That defense will kill you, and Kyle Shanahan's offense, it's going to be mature next year to the level where now it really is unstoppable, much like the Falcons when they set that scoring record before Kyle Shanahan left. They were in their second year with Shanahan. See, that's the way it works with Shanahan. People are impatient, but they'll stop being that way soon. So, all right. Hey, Tony, man, hey, glad to hear from you, fam. We'll see you Friday if you get a chance, all right? Since you've recovered from the Super Bowl, right? All right.
Absolutely. Well, thank you, Ronbo. Thanks for the platform.
So welcome.
I'll call in more often. Like I said, you brought me over the hump, man. So I was really upset.
My pleasure.
I haven't even watched that game.
I won't watch it again either. I can't stand it. I'd like to see Bill Benovich get ran over by a truck. But other than that, that's the only wish I got left. All right, fam. I'll see you Friday.
All right, take it easy. Have a good night.
Thanks.
Uh-huh.
And let's go. Ellis!
Yo, what's going on, Ronbo?
Ellis, man, I'm just sitting here. I'm just contemplating, because as I say, you see a lot of comedy throughout. Writers are just going nuts trying to get attention right now. But then I ran across this one from The Athletic. Damn, that sounds actually possible. Shanahan and Lynch have been trying to get OBJ for how long? And now all of a sudden there he is, not probably real happy. I don't know, maybe they've changed his mind in Cleveland. I doubt it. And then, of course, we have the Arik Armstead situation. Now, none of us want to see Arik leave, but the 49ers are probably saying we cannot afford one player for that kind of money right now. So we get rid of him, we get OBJ, and we get something else. And, it just sounds like it's workable in the minds of the front office. But what do you think?
I think that it's all just speculation.
Oh, it is, for sure it is.
Stuff with OBJ, like I don't think it's going to materialize, to be honest. And considering the amount of money long term we'd be looking at with OBJ, hell, why the hell would we do that if we're complaining about how much money we'd be having to pay Eric?
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? And all the other guys and stuff like that. We won't have enough funds, to delegate to the guys and be able to retain who we need to. So I don't think that's, going to happen at all. But it sounds good. I'll tell you that. I wouldn't be too against OBJ. The only thing is I feel like having a I would rather have the better defense than the better offense, because even with a minimal offense, we can still become effective with us having the backing of a great, and top 3 defense or or first, in the defense that will be more dominant that way than trying to instead of over saturate our offensive weapons and having all these guys and we don't even have enough plays, or the proper plays aren't even being called to where we can even be able to execute and utilize all these weapons. We don't want to overdo it. You know what I mean? But I like OBJ. He's a hell of a player. He'll have a gold jacket. He'll be Hall of Fame, and he's done his thing and what have you. But I'm like the Tom Brady thing. I kind of just you just
laugh
kind of
at
let
it.
that one.
Yeah.
I don't think it's not worth it. I would much rather have Arik Armstead to keep and continue the continuity and the strength of our defense. Which was really a part of why we got so far last year.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
It's funny, Ellis,
And
because the thing
defense-
is, you're right about that, because what are they going to look like? The last year they were good. Now, if they come back a second year having played 1 year together, how good would that defense look come September? Whew, man.
Yeah, man, that's just not realistic, and we don't need that. We have so many weapons and guys that we still. Unfortunately, the problem is we have too many guys coming back from injuries that we have to wait and anticipate and hope and pray that they're going to come back and they're going to have a full healthy season, and we'll be able to actually utilize and see them play to their full potential. Trent Taylor's now we got Ronnie coming. Ronnie Blair we got to worry about. We got Jalen we got to worry about. We got,
That's
we
right.
just got all these guys that we haven't been able to see. Jared McKinnon, we haven't been able to see these guys get a full, strong season. Not only that, but even playing together with all these other weapons that we got. So I don't feel like adding, more offense and, trying to, like I said, oversaturate the offensive side of the ball is going to benefit us. I think we need to make sure we maintain that
solid
defense
defensive presence,
and
yes.
keep those guys. Yeah, without question. And then obviously get some more protection for Jimmy. If we can find a nice receiver, in the draft, and an extra linebacker or something, or somebody in the secondary, depending on what we do with Jimmy, I think we need to be making sure that we don't forget about those necessities. We definitely got to make sure we cover the necessities, because a receiver,
you're pretty
OBJ
much
is not a
saying
necessity.
OBJ is not right, a necessity. Yeah, I have
No,
to agree
I'm
with that.
I'm not. I love him as a player. I think he's an awesome, a hell of a, he's got passion. He's got all those things, that I believe that was that Dre or one of the guys was talking about earlier. He's definitely got that, but I think that he will offset our our locker room at some point. And like the other caller a couple calls ago was talking about, him possibly being in competition or, having some issues with Debo possibly getting the ball more. Like I said, we would have too many weapons to be able to try to utilize everybody execution-wise. So somebody's going to be left out. So let's not do that. And, let's keep, grooming our young guys and, maybe bring E-Man back if they would like to. If he's talking too much money, then so be it. I just don't want anybody that leaves to go to the fucking Seahawks or anybody.
No.
I don't know. Nobody go to the Seahawks. Whatever you guys do, I don't care if you can go to the Cardinals. Go to those Rams. Hell, don't go to the Traders either. But I mean, I just
E-Man's probably going
to see one of our guys
go anywhere to the Seahawks. Because E-Man's probably going to end up with the Patriots, is my guess, if he doesn't sign with the 49ers. Because
that would actually be it. Yeah, that would be a hell of a pick for them too. Yeah, that would be a hell of a pickup. And I noticed that we tendered 5 players. I don't know if you saw that to one year contracts.
Yeah, that happened early last week. Yeah.
Was that okay? Brunskill, Ross Dwelly, E-Man, Nick Mullins, and Jeff Wilson. Because I was hearing about, some speculation about, Nick Mullins possibly being a 4th round trade piece or something like that. And I'm like, no, we need to keep Nick Mullins. I don't want to hear that shit. We need to keep Nick Mullins just in case. He is our safety net, not C.J. Beathard. I don't have nothing personally against C.J. Beathard,
but you don't want him coming in the game.
Many times I have cussed that man out so many times throughout the last couple of seasons playing. He has pissed me off. So I can't do that thing.
Yeah.
But and then lastly, I think they said a possible trade candidates to switch picks with I saw was the Colts, Tampa Bay, Philly, and Carolina. And I thought that would have been pretty nice. I saw something about Indianapolis swapping with us our 1st and our 5th pick and then giving us a 2nd and 3rd, which, it's just some stuff being thrown out there. But I mean, I think those are kind of things that we need to be looking at is focusing on these picks, retain.
Because they're going to want to trade back. They are. The 49ers aren't going to want that 31st pick. It's useless. A lot of people are hoping that the 49ers are going to get a wide receiver since they're so plentiful. But the 49ers needed some picks between round two and round 5. That's a lot of no pick. So anyway.
Exactly.
Well,
so I'm a little disappointed to see this thing with the NBA season get suspended. Because Rudy Gobert, got tested positive. This is crazy. My Kings were supposed to be playing the Lakers right now. Shit, after this, I was planning on watching us play, and then then I see that this breaking news. So this stuff is getting out of hand, man. The coronavirus is on the back of the Clorox thing. If you get a box of Clorox or one of the wipes or something that says kills coronavirus or COVID-19, it's like come on, man. I mean,
it's all
I
been
don't know. I
too.
just feel like it's something else going on.
Yeah, well, you never know.
Yeah, I feel like it's something else going on. It's a bunch of crap, And I hope it doesn't bleed into our NFL season, and our, I mean, come on, man. That could be like
suspending NFL games. Oh God, it's got to stop. Ellis, let me see you Friday. All right.
Right on, champ.
Yeah.
Nice talking to you as always, Ronbo. Shout out to you, all the fam, all the faithful. Niner for life, like my man James was at James.
That's him. Yeah.
Yeah, I like that guy. He's funny. These guys, you guys crack me up, man. I love y'all on here, man. All y'all, man. Y'all, yeah, we here, man. We're a family, man. All right, fam. Much love.
All right, Ellis. Have a good night, fam.
You too, champ.
And there he is. Well, let me loosen that up a little bit. There it is. Well, it's a big show. It's a big show on tonight. Show.
What's up?
Show you're working out now. I can hear those weights crashing to the floor. Yeah. Hey,
Hang on.
Show.
Let me watch.
I've been waiting for you to come up with some more names for position filling. I've seen your mock drafts, but Show, I know you, and those drafts are going to change on a daily basis. So I ain't current with those, Show, but explain some of your picks.
Hang on a sec. Hang on.
Right. Suddenly quiet. Show must be dashing out the door.
Are you there?
There you
Sorry
go.
about that.
Yeah, I hear you.
Okay.
Well, Show,
Before I begin, I have some bad news for the Jeff Gladney fans out there. He is actually having foot surgery here coming soon. So
wait, he's having what?
He's having foot surgery.
Man.
So.
Wow.
Everybody's
been high on
That sounds a little.
Yeah.
That sounds a little familiar with
You're right,
what Taylor's
Jimmy.
been going through.
He came to us with a foot problem and had to have a screw put in. I remember the first year.
Jimmy Ward.
Jimmy Ward.
Yep. But
Trent Taylor now.
Anyways, yeah. So I think he's
off the
not
list
on our board.
But you know what's going to happen. He's going to fall down. Show, get ready for this. Brace yourself. He's going to fall down late in the first or second round, and you know who's going to pick him up.
Somebody's going to grab him.
Well, no. Every now and then, the ghost of Trent Baalke comes racing back into Santa Clara. And they go ahead and pick him up.
He's in Trent's in Jacksonville, so he'll probably take him.
Oh yeah, Trent, right? Trent will get him. I don't know. Is Trent? Is he have anything to do with? Maybe. Well, anyway. But Show, go ahead. More stuff.
I was listening to one of Matt Mayoko's podcasts the other night, and he had a reporter on from the Washington Post, and they were discussing this exact very thing, and they both agreed, I think, that the better option would be to tag Arik Armstead and trade him, and they were breaking it down basically of how much it was going to cost to keep him. It's going to be at least 16 to 17 million a year. And right now we are in one of the most hideous cap situations our team has ever been in since God only knows when. It's going to be that defensive line is going to be expensive if we keep Arik Armstead, because we still have to pay DeForest Buckner. Then we have Nick Bosa coming up here pretty soon that we're going to have to sign.
Well, before you know it, anyway.
Before we know it, anyway.
Now, but
he's going to cost a fortune, though. And that's going to be at least $50 million. 30 to, I don't know. Don't quote me on this, but it's going to be expensive. Keeping all four of those guys intact. So I think the best option for us would be to franchise tag him and trade him to get at least a haul of draft picks. I don't see the Odell Beckham Jr. thing happening because the Browns are featuring him in their new uniform unveiling. And
really? Yeah. So he's going to be okay.
What's his name that came over from the Chiefs? The GM there in Cleveland. They actually sat Kareem Hunt down and Odell Beckham Jr. down.
Oh, I forgot Kareem was on that team. That's right.
And basically, yeah, because he drafted Kareem Hunt over in Kansas City. And so as soon as he became free to sign, he did that right away because he has a relationship with him. And they basically sat them both down, sat a heart with him, and said, "Hey, we want you guys to be a part of this team. Just clean up for us a little bit, and the rest is history." So OBJ to us is not happening.
It's not going to happen.
I could see us more realistically signing like a Tyrod Taylor, a Tajay Sharp, a Brashad Perryman, those type of contracts that are more team-friendly deals, and the ones that we can afford the most this year. Yeah, because, like I said, we have never been in this type of cap situation.
Right. You're not giving up Armstead for those guys.
So, no. I'm giving up Armstead for at least a haul of draft picks, like a second, third, or fourth, maybe, or a second and a third, and possibly to a team that is high in the draft board right now that desperately needs a really good run stopper. Because there's two really good run stoppers in this draft, and the one from South Carolina and the Brown dude from.
You're not gonna get Armstead's got more dimension than that though. So you know what? If you're getting a second and third, because Armstead's already proven within a certain scheme, he's grizzly when it comes to getting to the quarterback. As long as he doesn't have to be relegated to nothing but run stopping. So he's become the full guy now. So you got to get something really good for him. Yeah, maybe three
and some
picks.
teams. Yeah, probably. Something what we pretty much gave up for Emmanuel Sanders. We pretty much almost gave up. We gave up a third and a fourth for him, and that's probably what we're probably going to be getting.
Third and fourth?
No, we gave up a third and fourth, and they gave us a fifth back in return.
Oh, that's right.
Denver did.
Damn, that was
and
expensive.
We'll probably.
Oh my God.
Yeah. So we're. John said in the beginning. John said that he's going to exhaust all options and exhaust all avenues to get more draft picks and to come up with creative ways to get them as well. And I think tagging Arik Armstead is a smarter idea than signing him to a long-term deal because we get draft picks, and that's $16 million off the books the next 4 years. So
and a tag and trade, I've always wondered how that works. Now, you give me draft picks.
Believe me, I want to keep
money.
Armstead as much as everybody else does. I want to keep Armstead as much as everybody else does, but unfortunately, that's not happening, and it's just going to be too expensive because.
Did you say Tyrod? You said Tyrod Taylor, didn't you?
No, what do you mean?
A minute ago, did I hear you?
No, I said Tajay. I said Tajay Sharp and Taylor Gabriel.
Oh, yeah, okay. So you did say that.
As far as signing players instead of OBJ. Yeah. So and Rashad Perry might mention as well too. So those are the type of contracts we can afford,
without wiping us out.
You mentioned Darius Randall too. That's a team-friendly deal as well. He's not going to be asking for an astronomical amount of money, and he's definitely an upgrade from whoever we're going to be losing. So you read his stats earlier, so.
Yeah, he's not bad. I don't know what happened to him last year. What happened to him? Why did he only play 11 games last year?
I honestly don't know. I think they were plagued with injuries or something. I don't know.
They were. They lost their tight end. They lost Njoku early in the season. He played a huge role in their offense. You almost have to feel sorry for the Browns. But the Browns, if you have first-round draft picks for 10, 15 years, you could actually, you should be able to afford to lose a couple of players to injury, My God. Anyway.
And there are options out there like a Danny Shelton or a Shaq Lawson we can sign. I mean, those are $7 million to $4 to $5 million, to $5 to $6 million. You know what I mean? That's very affordable, more than 16 to 17. And those are really good players. True. Danny Shelton and Shaq Lawson.
I like Danny Shelton. I always did like him. All right. And he's gotten better since he first got into the league. So, all right, Show.
Yeah.
Always love when you bring that FYI. All right.
All righty.
Fine if you get a chance. Get back to that workout.
Good night. Take care. Shout out to everyone. All right. Good night.
Thanks, Joe. Night. There he is. And Gladney fan. How do you feel? Can you believe that? One of the best guys in the draft, according to what people are saying, a foot operation before the draft. He must be sitting in there heartbroken. Anderson.
What's going on, Ronbo?
Hey. Is this Anderson from it sounds like from Louisiana. Is that the same
Nah.
Anderson,
coming straight from Texas.
You and Warren, you guys sound a little bit alike. Well, Louisiana. It's like I used to laugh. My dad used to make a joke about I had an auntie who lived in Texarkana County. And I said, oh, no, that's Arkansas, Texas. I'm sorry. He's not close to. He said, always tell him, Eunice, you ain't neither here nor there, are you? My dad was a very sick man. Hey, Anderson, but we got a deal going on here. I was just checking out, man. Would you trade Arik Armstead to Cleveland if you could? I know, according to what Show said, Big Show. I mean, OBJ is not going to be available, but what do you think?
Hell no.
Not only no, but hell no.
I want to keep my defense intact how it is.
I agree.
I mean, now let's see if we can trade Jimmy Ward to Cleveland or something. But anyway, I like Tavares more anyway because see every time Tavares more touch the field, he got an interception.
I know he is
got
good
an
at that.
interception.
He is a
Yeah,
hawk.
and it's like he just read the play. It's like damn the ball in his arm.
And he
You know
did
what
that in
I'm saying?
preseason too.
And and he did that. He did that the season before last when he touched the football field. He got on the football field. And he got an interception like he read the play straight off. But
His
you don't see that
strength
shit.
is that
You don't see that shit from Ward.
Yeah, he just needs to learn how to play. Certain he needs to get better angles. But he should have learned. He might learn. You can learn that, I think, on his as far as he's concerned. He's got the speed. When he fails, he can still make it up, and he makes good tackles. He makes plays. He's going to be a good player. He looks better this year than he did last year.
What's up with who's that? Tim Harris.
Yay! We all forget Tim Harris is on this team. He was on the IR last year. He wasn't a bad player before he came in. He only dropped to round 7. Do we put him on 7 or 6? He only dropped that low because of injury. He can play.
Yeah, because he long-legged, just like long arm, just like
rest of the guys.
Witherspoon, but he a little better.
Yeah.
Or whatever. A little better.
Poor Spoon. Everybody's better than a Spoon.
I don't know what happened. I don't know what happened to him. He was my boy, man. He was my boy. But you know what? What was crazy though? I had a kind of weird feeling about the going into the Super Bowl because it was for some strange reason on the Madden. I always had trouble with the fucking Chiefs. I could never beat they motherfucking ass for some reason. It was the only motherfucking team for some strange reason. Matt Mahomes, that fucking bitch. He would always sneak up and get me with that same little roll I play, and I could never stop this fast Tyreek Hill. He would always get me with that, and it always won. I say, damn.
It worked. It actually ran that play on us every time he rolled out that pocket. It's the receivers are too quick. If you got a quarterback that can do that, they can get away. You got to get him right now. He cannot run. Get him now. Or else you'll find a way to get you.
And what's so crazy? I watched because NFL Network play all the games. I watched all the games again. I noticed. What if who was that? What if Rusty Wilson and what's the ball from Baltimore? That quarterback. What if those balls was piggybacking off each other, watching each other and seeing what to do against our defense? That's what I'm looking at. What if they
not only them, but everybody. Who? You said from Baltimore. You're talking about yes, I know you're talking about. Jackson. Jackson.
Yeah, with that quarterback sneak shit. No, we can't stop. But they was doing
that to us.
Did the same thing.
He was doing that to us anyway. He did that to us even before Mahomes tried to do it. And Russell Wilson been doing it to us for years. And even, did you see Jared Goff even thought he'd try to do it? Everybody's going to do that to us next year.
I had found out the secret how to stop this shit, and I was like a corner blitz to stop this shit.
You got to get a fast, athletic person in there, own that booty right now. Don't fool around.
And that's why I think Tim Harris and Moore in the backfield with Sherman, I think that's dangerous right there. We still got Quaskett right there. I think that's dangerous right there.
And have Sherman fall back in the center field, and just in case we can't get him, because you could add Mosley, any number of things. Linebackers, actually, we got linebackers who can cover it. Quan could have got there. They didn't really scheme it right, but you look at Fred Warner. Fred capitalized because Fred was reading that stuff, boy. He got Mahomes. He got who else did he get? Jared Goff tried it. He got him easily. But Fred.
Greenlaw, they was on it.
And Dre, exactly.
Greenlaw,
we got guys who could do it.
I think we're gonna have the best linebackers next season. We should have the best linebackers. I think we should have the best number one all around.
Oh,
just
yeah. Because Greenlaw ain't going to be no rookie next year. He's seen it all. He's ready for the NFL speed. Fred Warner's just getting better and better. I mean, we got it.
I'm ready for Jimmy to do his thing because like I tell people, man, okay, he got to the Super Bowl. You forget, like you were saying, he was hurt. He got hurt. He's supposed to learn.
Nobody cares. Yeah, I mean, a lot of us realize that. But the people who don't like Jimmy and blaming it all on him, they don't give a rat's butt. He blew it. He sucks. He crashed. Oh, man. Listen to yourself for a minute.
They're going to be mad next season. I just hope this COVID-19 or whatever it is, I think it's a bioweapon used just to attack Trump crap or whatever, but don't fuck with the football season.
I hope
don't
not.
Fuck with the football.
It's too scary. Fam, we got to go. Let me see you Friday if you get a chance.
All right, man, Ronbo.
All right. Have a good night.
Shout out Empire.
Yeah.
All right.
Oh, God. Yeah, oh, gosh, this guy got to get it done. Santana! Yeah, J10, you're right. Mental mistakes. Yeah.
What's up, Ronbo?
Santana, man, we're sitting there going over the possibilities. Because we're going to hear a lot of trades between now or something to get more draft picks, right? And then you look at, now trade, if they can't get a deal done with Eric, that's number one. But if you can't sign him, hey, Eric, we're gonna franchise tag you, sign the tender. I already know what you guys plan on doing. I ain't going to Cleveland. But if he does sign, then you go ahead and you make a trade, if you could, to Cleveland, or you get some draft picks elsewhere. But
I mean, like I said, man, we need that front, that D line to be
stay together,
the best.
I know.
Stay together in order to get back to that Super Bowl, because that was a big factor last year going to the Super Bowl. You know, that was I want to say that was the main key to that we made it to the Super Bowl.
That in the run game.
So losing that in the run game, exactly. So losing Arik Armstead is not an option. We have to keep him and find a way to sign him and so I mean the idea of getting OBJ it's nice. It sounds awesome, but
but it's a luxury we can do without. It's more of a luxury than a necessity. Exactly.
Yeah, exactly. So I mean, we got the 31st overall pick. So I mean, you're probably gonna get a mid-second for that, or maybe
because
a late
I don't
one.
need to trade you for that. Especially like I'm already like a few picks away. So you're right, mid-round,
exactly. So
middle of the second and below.
I mean, it has to be someone that wants someone, in order for them to want to trade with us. So, so I mean, it's tough for the situation we're in. But I mean, if no one wants to come and trade with us, you get that number one pick, and you either get another a good like a linebacker or something, like Zach Bond is probably going to be there. So,
somebody's probably going for a lineman at 31. And we should actually be going
for a lineman
for an offensive lineman. Jimmy's got to have protection so people can get up off him. Blaming him for having dudes right in his face. Hell, ain't no quarterback in the NFL that could have got out of that. And they were right. I don't know what happened to the offensive line. They started just failing in the second half.
You got to think about it, man. They were rookies. We had like 2 rookies in there, and maybe that was rotated with McGlinchey and
they were kicking his butt. I understand that dude.
That's why.
I'm sorry, go ahead.
What was that? What were you going to say?
No, I understand the dude that was kicking person's butt. He is a Pro Bowler, but come on, man. You got to lose every battle. And that's why people, Jimmy knew what he was going to do before because he knew he had no time. As soon as he gets that ball, hopefully that receiver's ready to go. If not, he's got to get rid of the ball or take the sack. We couldn't afford to take the sack. And Kyle, I don't have any more play action for you today, Jimmy. You got to stand there. Get that ball off. Kyle, what are you? Hey, can we please run our regular offense? Anyway, Go ahead.
No, I don't know. I don't know what happened in that Super Bowl. We were doing pretty good throughout, first, second, third quarter, and fourth quarter. I don't know what happened, But it's in the past now, so whatever, we'll be there this coming up year. So I'll say, But what was I going to tell you? What do we have? We have 3 fifth rounds, right?
Do we have 3
Rumble?
in the fifth?
We have 3 or 2?
I know there's 2. I think we got 2 6. 1, 2, 4, 5.
2 6. All right. Well, what's really going to come down to, Ronbo,
you might be
which
right,
people are not mentioning. What people are not mentioning, Ronbo, I think our scouts. It's going to come down to our scouts.
Who they find?
And
they're
so
good
far,
at it, aren't they?
so far our scouts have been on point. With Greenlaw, McGlinchey, Fred Warner, like these Devo Samuels. So, in the 5th round, we got to rely on our scouts pretty much. So.
Oh yeah, 6th and 7th. We got DJ Jones in the 6th round. DJ Jones, one of the most solid guys we got.
Yeah, that's our scouts right there. I think we do have probably one of the best scouts in the NFL, to be honest. And but like I said, if I'd be okay with keeping the 1st round pick and just getting someone like a linebacker or another D line, because we do need someone to rotate with these other players like Armstead, D Ford, and
rotation's very important. So true.
Yeah, so to keep it fresh, because with these mobile quarterbacks, Ronbo, that D has to be, on top. It has to be legit. So
yeah, and you know what?
I was saying
they've got to be. Robert Saleh trusts our frontline D to be fast enough to get these ones. But you know what? You gotta scheme them up. You got to run the safety blitz. You got to run something. Guys like Mahomes, the frontline D needs a little help to get him down. Don't let him get open or let him keep rolling around because his receivers are too fast and they're going to get away. Get his butt now. So
yeah. So the kryptonite for that, it's just a good D line, to get Mr. Superman down. So
yeah.
So Rumble, I want to say one more thing about Kendrick Bourne, man. His development, man, it's crazy good.
Amazing,
it's amazing, and that's how players should be. Not
right. Gradually
and he's done it in
getting better.
Yes, you got to see
better.
progress in order. Yeah. Not like Dante Pettis, man, that just been there 3 years and has not developed.
Well, no, wait. He's going into his 3rd year. You know what? From what you just said, though, I just realized something. We need to wait. Wait a minute. Because Arik Armstead 2018 was a solid year for him. 2019 was break all the way out year. Solomon Thomas, maybe next year. Dante, maybe next year.
Maybe.
But maybe
we'll
not.
See. Hopefully,
that's the thing.
Hopefully, Kyle knocks some sense into Pettis and just lets him know that he already let him know by not giving any play time. You have to step it up.
Don't even look at him. Dante's standing down there and not even a glance. Didn't even think about him. And you know what's really funny? Somebody said, hey, remember that first game that Dante didn't play? Somebody says Dante Pettis only played 2-3 snaps, and coach says, I wasn't aware of that. The rotation is not something I take care of. Coach, you lie? You knew about that.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure, it hurts more because I believe Kyle Shanahan was the one that wanted him and drafted him. You know what I'm saying? So
it's embarrassing.
And he did try to give throughout the year. He tried to give him out a couple snaps, and every time he did try to give him some, he fell some way or another. So.
Anyway.
And he was like, you know what? We're done here.
He did. And that's put him in the doghouse. All right, fam. I'll see you Friday, okay?
All right, man.
All
right, see you, man. You have a good one.
You too.
All right.
Night.
Later.
Yeah. Jaguayo fight. He says, y'all forgetting Emmanuel Mosley was part of one of the best passing defenses last year. I got all the respect in the world for Mosley. You know who's going to have a hard time trying to beat him out? Yes, indeed. Spoon's going to have a hard time moving Mosley. Because we're all going to be saying, bring Mosley in the game, Coach. As soon as Spoon makes one mistake, Coach, what you doing? Did Rod wake up on us? This has been an hour. You know how you go into sleep cycles? Rod has got to that point where you go into coma-like sleep. Leave it on. I love it. Anyway, fam, I'm going to go and get me something to think about, Rod. And look forward to Friday. We'll get together. No telling what happens between now and then, because that's right on the edge of when some decisions are going to have to be made. Maybe we hear about Arik Armstead finally signing on Friday. Definitely by Monday, because there's no choice, one way or the other. But anyway, fam, can't wait to see you Friday. Hit that. Don't forget to hit that like, fam. Niners! Night, Rod.